Cubs are coming off a terrific weekend with 3 come-from-behind victories, raising their home record to 14-6. With a new hero every day, it's an exciting time for everyone. It's a Cub revolution. We greet you from Wrigley Field on a cool but very dry, and that's the key, evening here in Chicago. It was a rainy day yesterday. The Cubs are coming off a sweep over the Arizona Diamondbacks, and tonight they welcome in the team that has the worst record in the majors, the San Diego Padres. The Cubs are back in first place. In fact, they're percentage points ahead of the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League Central. This is Game 4 of a 10-game homestand. And hi again, everyone. Alongside Bob Brenly, I'm Len Casper. Welcome to another night of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet. The thing you loved about the weekend, not only did the Cubs come from behind all 3 games, but they got contributions from up and down this roster.
You know, Len, you look at the Cubs lineup and you assume certain things from Derek Lee and Aramis Ramirez and Kosuke Fukudome and eventually from Alfonso Soriano, but the Cubs are getting production, as you said, up and down the lineup. It seems like those complementary players, there's a different hero every night. Mark DeRosa had a big game on Friday night against the Diamondbacks. Reed Johnson with a big home run yesterday. And that kind of thing is contagious. When you start having a different hero every day, guys expect good things to happen.
On paper, the Cubs have the big advantage going into this series, but you know very well this is baseball, and the Padres, the numbers are pretty ugly, but anybody can win on a given night.
Yeah, the Padres with the worst record in the National League. The Diamondbacks, a team that was just in town, had the best record in the major leagues. The Cubs swept them, but they cannot take anything for granted against the Padres or anybody else in baseball for that matter.
The Padres have won 2 in a row. That's their longest winning streak of 2008. Now the pitching matchup, it'll be left-hander Randy Wolf against the ace for the Cubs, who was supposed to start yesterday.
Well, you know, Carlos is chomping at the bit to get out there tonight and start flinging that baseball and taking his at-bats. Randy Wolf can be very tough if he's throwing his curveball for strikes.
Well, Big Z did not get the start on Mother's Day because of the inclement weather. He gets the ball tonight. He looks for his 5th straight win as the Cubs host the Padres. We'll have Cubs baseball next.
All Schlag & Dexter lock sets are on sale at Menards. Over 200 lock sets on sale. This Dexter Stratus entry knob is only $16.99. Choose from a Corona or Byron entry deadbolt combo, only $24.99. This Schlag Flare entry lever is only $38.88. All Price Pfister faucets are on sale. This beautiful 2-handle Bristol bath faucet with a brushed nickel finish, or this handsome Marielle kitchen faucet with chrome finish. Your choice, only $79.
Save big money at Menards.
If you need to tow it, Quad City Spring has it. Quad City Spring is the area's suspension, spring, truck accessory, and towing experts. From goosenecks and fifth wheels to every kind of hitch imaginable, including Blue Ox base plates and tow bars, strong as an ox. And Quad City Spring installs and services everything they sell. So tow it right. Get your ride to Quad City Spring. Quad City Spring, 34th Street at River Drive in Moline.
If it's got a motor. That's our slogan here at Clinton Motor Works. And what's it mean? Well, we have one of the area's best selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. Oh yeah, and the cruising coolers. How great is that? A 13-mile-an-hour cooler to ride. Just another reason to stop in and see what's going on. Now let's talk warranty. We have the area's only lifetime engine warranty on most all the vehicles we sell. That's right, your engine blows, you get it fixed for free. That's why people do business with us. For your next great sales and finance experience, we'll see you soon at Clinton Motor Works.
If it's got a motor. Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Chevy. Log on now to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check us out today, ChevyDriveChicago.com. Midas, for brakes, oil changes, tires, and more. Trust the Midas touch. Your Chicago area Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Menards. At Menards, you'll find big lumber yards, big selection, and big savings. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we want to give you the security to experience wellness everywhere. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Cadillac, Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit. And by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines, you're now free to be more productive. Visit southwest.com today.
Big Z is finally ready to go. I like that. Got the Reed Johnson look. After the catch of the year in Washington. He has something new up his sleeve every day. Carlos usually goes over to Mike Fontenot to get ready. Reed Johnson with a big game-tying home run in the ball game yesterday. So he gets set to work. And let's check in on the San Diego Padres Southwest starting lineup. We saw the numbers. They're last in the majors in runs. Jody Garrett, former Cub. He was briefly a Cub a couple of years ago. He'll lead it off in center. Tadahito Iguchi, the former member of the White Sox. Giles, Gonzalez, Kuzmanov. Khalil Green at short. Scott Hairston in left. Josh Bard getting the start back to the plate. He'll catch Randy Wolf.
Take a look at the Cubs defensively, brought to you by Rico. Move your ideas forward with Rico dependability. Soriano, Johnson, and Fukudome across the outfield. Ramirez, Terrio, DeRosa, Lee across the infield. Giovanni Soto once again doing the catching tonight for the big right-hander Carlos Zambrano. Big Z missed his start yesterday because of the inclement conditions and the uncertainty as to how long the ball game would be played, given the threat of rain throughout the afternoon, but making his 20th start of the season. That's not right. That was last year.
So here we go. It's Jody Garrett looking at strike one.
Arguably Carlos's best outing, his last time out against Cincinnati, a 3-0 Cubs victory. Gave up only 3 base hits in 8 innings of shutout baseball.
The next one just off the outside corner. Jody Garrett spent just under 2 weeks with his hometown team, the Cubs, in July of '05, battling knee problems. Nice play by Derek Lee. Garrett did not play after right knee surgery in '06, nor did he play last year after being released by the Pirates in March, but he is back in the majors with the Padres.
That speaks to the struggles that the Padres have had this year offensively. Really struggling to score runs. Really struggling to get runners on base, for that matter. Outside of Adrian Gonzalez and Brian Giles, not a lot of offensive threats in this lineup.
Two balls, no strikes on Tadahito Iguchi. Marvin Hudson calling the balls and strikes tonight, and he just called strike one. Ground ball, and it's Terrio shuffling over to his right, and he'll throw on to first. So 2 up, 2 down, both ground ball outs, and it's left-handed hitting Brian Giles.
And then we talked about that great series over the weekend against the Diamondbacks, and one of the things that kind of got lost in the shuffle was the fact that the Cubs played extremely good defense in that series. They got the outs they were supposed to get, made all the routine plays, made a couple of sparkling defensive plays. That's kind of the last thing people remember about a good series. They'll remember the big home runs to give the team the lead, good pitching performances, but that defense has to be a constant.
Ground ball pitcher getting 3 ground ball outs. He threw 10 to get the 3 outs, and it'll be the Cubs coming up against left-hander Randy Wolf when we come back.
Having a fuel-efficient car is a great thing. Having a choice of fuel-efficient cars is even better. At Chevy, we offer several models that have outstanding fuel efficiency. From Aveo to Cobalt to the all-new Malibu. Because when it comes to fuel efficiency, the choice is clear.
Qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on their 08 Impala with an EPA estimated 29 highway MPG for $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Log on now to ChevyDealer.com.
I am your idea. I gotta fly. I gotta move. I'm out of the box and in the network. In the zone and on your mind. Don't stop me now. Give me Rico. Rico's always ready to move me. Send me. Here, there, everywhere. This is how we go. Let's go. Rico.
No problem for Carlos Zambrano in the top of the first. Cubs hoping to give Randy Wolf some problems here in the bottom of the inning. Now the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Alfonso Soriano did not start because of the weather yesterday. He is in the lineup today. Terrio, Lee, Ramirez 2 through 4. It's Fukudome in right against the left-handers. Soto catching. DeRosa, Johnson, and Zambrano at the bottom.
Take a look at the Padres starting lineup tonight. Scott Hairston in left, Jody Garrett in center, Brian Giles over in right field, Kuzmanoff, Green, Iguchi, and Gonzalez across the infield. Josh Bard will be doing the catching tonight for the left-hander Randy Wolf. Wolf will feature a fastball that sits in the high 80s, occasionally will touch the low 90s, a big over-the-top curveball, and a really good straight changeup. See his numbers on the season. Lefties have hit him much better than right-handers this year.
31-year-old lefty. That one was way inside and low on a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Soriano had a big series. First 2 games, had the game-winning hit in both games against Arizona. Had 4 hits on Saturday, a rocket hit foul. Some heads-up base running by Alfonso on Saturday. Well, it's cold, but it's dry. And it's not that windy. And it was all of the above yesterday.
Oh.
It was cold, it was rainy, it was very windy.
One of the worst days we've had at Wrigley, certainly this year, maybe over the last 2 or 3 years, at least as far as we're concerned up here in the booth.
And out of the east northeast is Soriano. Didn't hit it that well. A sliding grab. It's a catch as Brian Giles hesitated off the bat a little bit, but he was able to come in and make the sliding catch.
Swing hard, hit it soft. It fooled Giles initially, but he's able to make up the ground, come in and make a nice sliding catch. Did get his glove underneath the ball. Concentration, focusing on that ball all the way into the glove.
Knee-high strike on Ryan Terrio.
And in a lot of respects, Randy Wolf, his success or failure depends a lot like Ted Lilly's.
And Iguchi couldn't get it. That'll be a base hit.
And by that I mean Ted Lilly, when he's throwing his curveball for strikes when he wants to and leading hitters out of the strike zone when he wants to, that's when he's at his most effective. Makes his fastball look much better, makes that changeup a more effective pitch, and Randy Wolf is out of the same mold. He needs to have good command of that breaking ball and that straight changeup in order to make his average fastball look better.
Now faces Derek Lee, who hit home run number 10 on Sunday. Last last year he didn't hit his 10th home run until the 92nd game of the year. 9 of the 10 home runs have come here at home. Kick and the pitch that missed. 2 balls, no strikes.
Fastball, curveball, changeup, the 3 main weapons for Randy Wolf. His last 3 starts, he's been banged around pretty good. 21 hits and 12 runs in 16 innings, and a 1-3 mark here at Wrigley in 6 starts.
Wolf's season ended early last year. He was a member of the Dodgers. He had shoulder soreness and shut him down in early July. He eventually had surgery on the shoulder in September. Second round pick of the Phillies out of Pepperdine back in 1997. He's from suburban Los Angeles. Another throw to first, Terrio back. Ryan just 8 out of 15. The stolen base department. Pitch to Lee. That'll be fair. Sliced down the right field line. Terrio on his way to third. Lee to second. Ryan's going to try to score. He will, standing. So the Cubs strike first.
Cubs caught a little bit of a break that time. That ball that was sliced just inside the first baseline by Derek Lee, as it gets down past the bullpen in right field, it kind of tucks up underneath the padding down there. That ball didn't roll all the way out to Brian Giles. He had to come in several steps to dig that ball out from underneath the padding. Ryan Terrio, never breaking stride, scores easily from first base.
And it's the first time Randy Wolf has allowed a first inning run here in 2008. This is his 8th start. So Lee with the RBI double. He's in scoring position for Ramirez, who pops it up on the right side into the outfield, and it's Giles. He's been pretty busy here in this first inning. We'd like to welcome all the Comcast cable customers in the central Illinois area watching this Cubs game on Comcast Sportsnet HD, Comcast Digital Channel 922. Here's Kosuke. Called strike. Big numbers here at home for Fukudome. He is 3rd in the National League, hitting .441 at home. Wolf has a sign from his catcher Bard. Here he comes on the 1-1. Breaking ball outside. A lot of people, Bob, talking today about the bunting prowess of Kosuke Fukudome. He hasn't done it a lot, but when he has bunted for a hit, I mean, he has done it in textbook fashion. Did it again yesterday.
Rod Carew-like. Rod Carew, possibly the best bunter to ever play the game, and Kosuke Fukudome showing that same ability to put that ball either fair or foul right down the third base line, deaden the ball off the end of the bat. But he picks his spots. It's usually in situations where it would serve as a sacrifice bunt if he doesn't beat it out at first base. Certainly here with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, the bunt didn't cross his mind. He's trying to drive D. Lee home from second base.
And he pretty much has the green light to try to lay down a bunt for a hit whenever he wants. Three and 2 with 2 outs. A payoff pitch, smack foul. Big splits there.
Yeah. Kosuke just presents such a challenge to an infield defense, especially the corner infielders at third and first, because of that ability to bunt, the way he runs, the way he slaps the ball all over the field. No easy way to defend against him.
And he draws the walk. That'll give Soto an opportunity. Gio 0 for his last 12. And a rough start for Bud Black in year 2. After a very bitter ending to last season. Trying to lock up the wild card, but they could not put it in their pocket. They needed 1 win in their last 3 games, including that playoff game in Colorado, the 1-game playoff. They ended up going home early.
Well, the Padres pitching has actually been pretty good. They have 23 quality starts from their starting rotation, which is tied for #1 in Major League Baseball. They just can't score runs.
And they play half their games in a ballpark that definitely decreases run scoring versus the rest of Major League Baseball. They haven't played well on the road either. They're 6-14. Derek taking off at third base. He will get in. It's the 40th attempt of a stolen base with Josh Bard in the ballgame. He's only nailed 6 base runners all year.
Yeah, 15% coming into play tonight. That has been a constant problem for the Padres, regardless of who puts on that catcher's gear and sits behind home plate. Buddy Black, the manager of the Padres, a former pitcher, and he wants his pitchers to concentrate on executing that pitch that they need to make to the hitter, and consequently runners get great jumps against this Padre pitching staff.
And obviously that was not a double steal. Derek took off. Fukudome held up at first. And it's now 3-1 on Soto. They've given up 41 steals. They have a couple of starters, Chris Young and Greg Maddux, who don't worry too much about base runners. 2 walks in the inning.
Yeah, maybe a little harder to steal second base against Randy Wolf because he is a lefty. He's staring at that base runner over there at first, and he's got an average move to first base at best. But you mentioned Chris Young, big tall right-hander on the mound, and Greg Maddux, who historically throughout his career has paid very little attention to base runners, really puts a lot of stress and strain on that catcher.
Quick visit from the pitching coach Darren Balsley. The bases are loaded for Mark DeRosa. Zambrano just relaxing in the dugout. He went 1-2-3 in the top of the inning. He may get an at bat. Curveball strike. The 0-1 pitch. That one missed. 1-1. We mentioned it in the open. The Padres have been so inconsistent. Their longest winning streak is 2 games. They won the first 2 games of the season. And in mid-April, won back-to-back contests, and they come in with a 2-game winning streak. But this is the longest winning streak they've had all year. Let's see where this one was.
Well, the previous breaking ball was a little bit higher in the zone. That one down around the knees. DeRosa probably telling Marvin Hudson, I'll give you one of them, but you can't have both of those.
Broke his bat, lifts it deep to left. It's going to be Hairston to make the catch just in front of the warning track. And that ends the inning. A 29 pitch first inning for Randy Wolf. The Cubs got 1 on the Lee RBI double. It's 1-0.
What does the Buick Pontiac GMC Spring Collection mean to you? Better highway fuel efficiency than a typical 8-passenger SUV, the most fuel-efficient 5-door in its class, and the best available V8 fuel economy in a full-size pickup. the Buick Pontiac GMC Spring Collection. Now get $1,500 cash back, or current GM owners get $3,000 total cash back on a 2008 Buick Lucerne. The Spring Collection. See them now at your local Buick Pontiac GMC dealer.
Alex Klein is a real Geico customer, not a paid celebrity. So to help tell his story, we hired that guy who does those funny sound effects.
My car was totaled over 1,000 miles from home. So I called Geico. And in less than 10 business hours, I got a check for a new car.
Geico. Real service, real savings.
Introducing AT&T Advanced TV. Get a wide selection of programming and more HD channels than cable.
Well? Not yet. Is it time? Not yet. There it is.
Well, started. Find out how to get a DVR with free installation and $50 cash back on qualifying AT&T Advanced TV plans.
You think anybody saw us?
And we clicked in all areas. We played well defensively. We got some timely hitting, some come-from-behind wins, and our pitching was good. What it goes to show you is that we're capable. But at the same time, any team in this league can beat you. So we've got San Diego and the Pirates coming in here, and we got to continue with the same type of intensity.
That's the Cubs manager on the way his team played over the weekend. You don't throw the records out necessarily, but when it comes to one major league game, when it comes to one major league series, the Cubs found this out last year. Arizona, obviously a very good team. They had the best record in the National League, but I'll tell you, Bob, a lot of people thought the Cubs going into that first round series were the better team, but it didn't work out that way. You just never know.
Doesn't always work out the way it should when you look at the numbers on a piece of paper. That's why we play this game. That's why it's so maddening at times to try to figure out what's going on.
Adrian Gonzalez lines out to Derek Lee.
Well, I think Lou brought up a good point. It shows what the team is capable of doing. And if you have a series like the Cubs just had against the Arizona Diamondbacks, or you have a stretch of the season where you play consistent winning baseball, get contributions up and down the lineup, play solid defense, it kind of shows you the benchmark of what you're capable of doing when everything is clicking. Now, that being said, the reality of the baseball season is you're going to go through stretches where everything doesn't work together, and good teams find a way to win even under those circumstances. Earlier this year, when the Cubs really weren't pitching particularly well, but they were scoring a boatload of runs and still winning ball games, even though their pitching wasn't quite where Lou and Larry would like it to be, but they still won games. And I'm sure there'll be stretches this season where the pitching is really, really good. The offense is struggling to score runs, but you can still find ways to win.
Kevin Kuzminoff lifts a fly ball, not too deep, and coming in, Reed Johnson. When asked about the starting rotation coming up, Lou said Jason Marquis will start tomorrow night against left-hander Sean Estes. After that, there are some question marks. Fairly good chance Ted Lilly will pitch Wednesday against Jake Peavy, and Ryan Dempster on Thursday afternoon versus Greg Maddux, but that's not set in stone. And we just had a shot of Sean Gallagher, who I thought did a nice job. He pitched very well through 4. Maybe ran out of gas a little bit in the 5th inning yesterday, but not quite sure if he's going to make another start coming up against the Pirates. John Lieber is in the bullpen as the long man because Gallagher's not available tonight. Swing and a miss. How about that inning? 9 pitches for Big Z. He threw just 10 in the first, mowing them down 1-0.
Prepare yourself for an event so big we couldn't fit it inside. Nissan's tent event. Get the best deals now on stylish sedans, powerful trucks, and durable SUVs. Get $1,500 Nissan cash back on Sentra and $199 a month for the 5-star safety-rated Altima. Your new Nissan will last and last, but event savings won't. Tents come down June 2nd.
I need you. I need you every single day, and I want you. I want you every single way, and I need you. I need you every single day, and I want you. I want you every single way, and it's love, it's love, it's love, it's la 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 la, it's love, it's love, it's love, it's la 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 la, it's love.
Bank of America offers the opportunity to see Wrigley Field like you never have before. Take a 90-minute guided tour and check out the press box, locker room, dugouts, and much more. Tours are available on select dates and can be purchased by calling 1-800-THE-CUBS or by visiting Cubs.com.
Go.
There's no way out! You got lucky.
I get lucky a lot.
National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. Own it on Disney DVD and Blu-ray High Def May 20th.
Chicago Tribune Live, weeknights at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Cubs baseball is brought to you in part by Kia Motors. Kia, the power to surprise. Rico, move your ideas forward with Rico dependability. And by Nissan and your Nissan dealer.
Hey, Comcast cable subscribers, Cubs games are now on Comcast Sportsnet on demand. Comcast digital cable customers go to digital channel $9.99 and look for Comcast Sportsnet and watch Cubs games on video on demand. Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Reed Johnson's home run, also the talk of the day. Through a wind that died down a little bit after we started yesterday, but it was still going against where he hit the ball. Let's put it that way. It was his first home run as a Cub. It was in the 7th, and it tied the ball game.
Boy, he absolutely massacred that baseball. He hit it way back in the bleachers in left center field, into the teeth of that wind you're talking about. That from a guy that chokes up about 2 inches on a 34-inch bat.
First time he has faced Randy Wolf. We were talking before the game about the pitching batting matchups. Both pitchers with a lot of success against the guys they have faced before.
There hasn't been any success for that matter. I told you before the ball game I go through the batter-pitcher matchups, and if somebody has good numbers against a pitcher, I highlight it in green, so I know green is good. He does good against that pitcher, and red is bad. Everybody on both lineups is red tonight.
Garrett hauls it in for the first down. It's worth looking back at that big home run.
Well, caught everybody by surprise, including his teammates. Came on a low fastball from Juan Cruz, and look where that thing ended up. Just absolutely crushed.
Pitch to Zambrano's outside. Carlos did show me his pink shoes today.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he did. They're very nice. Said he's going to save them if he makes a Mother's Day start next year. He can wear them in 2009. He rounds out to a Gucci. And normally I would not go anywhere near the starting pitcher the day he pitches. But Carlos is the kind of guy, he doesn't mind talking to people on the day he pitches. Watch the Cubs take on the Padres tomorrow night at 7:05, but be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 fans will receive an exclusive limited edition Alfonso Soriano bobblehead doll. Compliments of Visit Vegas. And I should add that the shoes were blue, but that second color was kind of accented in pink. It's a very nice look.
Well, you could take the cleats off and wear them dancing one night. That'd be a nice look.
How about Big Z on Dancing with the Stars?
Elvis in the house.
Along with Robin Williams. High in the air to center. Garrett drifting. Garrett catching. Wolf goes 1-2-3 in the second. We'll go to the third from Wrigley Field. It's the Cubs 1, the Padres nothing.
I got a certain little girl, she's on my mind. No doubt about it, she looks so fine. She's the best girl that I ever had. Sometimes she's gonna make me feel so bad. Hush, hush, thought I heard her calling my name now. Hush, hush, I need the loving and I'm not to blame now.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago.
So, you're a green person, but which shade? Confusing, isn't it? Well, True Value's Color Made Simple can help. With exclusive tools, trained professionals, and expert advice, finding your color will always be simple. Now let's talk purple. True Value's Color Made Simple.
Meeting the challenge since 1940.
When you need your vehicle repaired, look no further than River City Pipe Vendors. Why? Other than auto body, River City Pipe Vendors can repair anything and everything, from oil changes to transmission and engine overhauls. River City Pipe Vendors is one of the only places that repairs everything. The same technician will always repair your vehicle and will know your vehicle. No one is on commission. River City Pipe Vendors tells it like it is. Trust Clinton's own full-service repair facility. Trust River City Pipe Vendors.
Cubs will play the Padres. Game 3 of this series Wednesday night at 7:05. The first 20,000 fans will get a scratch and win card. And 500 random winners will receive an autographed Derek Lee baseball compliments of Gatorade. Fans are encouraged to hold on to those cards for second chance drawings throughout the game. For complete rules, visit Cubs.com. We recently saw Jerry Hairston Jr. His brother Scott is in the box playing left. Batting 7th in Bud Black's lineup. Leading off here in the 3rd inning. He's now down in the count. Ball and 2 strikes. And he once played for you, right?
Yes, indeed he did. He came up through the Arizona Diamondbacks minor league system as a second baseman. Probably wasn't well suited to be a second baseman, but may have found a home out there in left field. Had some tremendous minor league seasons. Was a career .322 hitter in the minor leagues. Been a little more struggle in the big leagues, which you might expect.
Last year, Scott Hairston had 11 home runs. 7 came against the Giants.
Well, that makes you a valuable member of a team in the West.
Sure does.
Boy, especially for a ball club that doesn't have a lot of power in their lineup. We talked about Adrian Gonzalez, the first baseman, a guy that's certainly capable of hitting for power, as Hairston takes one back up the middle of the field on a broken bat for a base hit.
Well, we have to laugh because you and I looked at each other after Z struck out Khalil Green. And it's early, but we thought, you know, this could be a special night for Carlos.
Not anymore.
Nope.
I mean, it can still be a special night, but it's not going to be a no-hitter.
Right.
Yeah.
Well said. That's how hard it is to throw one. That's going to hold up for Kosuke. Hardest hit ball we've seen. Josh Bard lines out to right. Mike has the jacket on. Hopefully everybody who came to the ballpark came prepared tonight. But again, without the dampness in the air, it doesn't feel maybe as cold as it actually is. Yesterday it definitely did.
Ooh. One sack bunt on the season for Randy Wolf. See if Bud Black asks him to lay one down. He's squaring around early.
He didn't pull it back in time, according to Brian Knight down at third base. Do you think there are any members of the Wolf Pack who made the trip here to Wrigley Field?
I think we would have seen him by now if they were here. Boy, that's where you want to throw a fastball if that guy is going to bunt. Traditionally, pitchers have been taught in an obvious bunt situation to throw a high four-seam fastball, try to get that ball popped up into the air. That time, Wolf missed it completely.
Randy Wolf had quite a fan club going back to his days with the Phillies, the Wolf Pack. They used to be way up in the upper deck in the outfield at the vet. Popped up. Not caught. Ramirez will throw to second. Dangerous throw. They do get the out there. It was dangerous because his momentum was taking him away from the field, and he bounced the throw, but Terrio was able to corral it.
Yeah, very dangerous play. It turned out okay for the Cubs. He threw another high fastball, got the ball popped up. Unfortunately, nobody could get there to catch it in the air. Ramirez realizes he's got plenty of time to throw to second base to get Hairston. Probably could have set his feet and made a strong throw, but Terrio with a nice pick at second base to get the lead run.
One and nothing on Garrett. Former Indian, former Cub, former Pirate. Almost hit him.
That's a good pitch to use against Jody Garrett. You'll notice he has somewhat of a closed stance and really dives in toward home plate. He'll be susceptible to that cut fastball right in on his hands.
Garrett was born in Elmhurst, Illinois, raised in Lombard, went to Willowbrook High. He grew up a White Sox fan, but his dad was a Cubs fan and dreamed of Jody playing for the Cubs, which he did very briefly. There's ball 4.
Well, Len, you pointed out that Big Z only threw 10 pitches in the first 9 in the second, and this is why it's so important. Inevitably, over the course of a ball game, you're going to hit a speed bump in an inning where you end up throwing a lot of pitches. Walk to Jody Garrett right there. He's going to have to go to work on Iguchi right here. That's why it's so important to save those pitches, conserve the pitches whenever you can early in a ball game, because inevitably you're going to have a long inning at some point in the game.
Slider strike on Iguchi. And now Soto will go out and chat with Carlos.
I don't like the looks of this.
And here comes Mark O'Neill, the Cubs head athletic trainer, along with Lou Piniella. Well, every question's being answered with yes, yes, I'm all right.
You know my theory on that. They always lie. Just hope it isn't that cramping in the forearm that Carlos has had problems with in the past. Well, apparently he satisfied Lou and Mark O'Neill and Larry Rothschild. He's going to continue to work here.
One pitch is outside.
See if we can see anything on the previous pitch. A big roundhouse slider. The called strike stayed on the inside part of the plate, and then after that pitch, Zambrano took a long walk off the back of the mound. Didn't appear to be very comfortable.
Sinker strike, 1-2. Gucci spent 8 years in the Japanese Pacific League before coming over and playing with the White Sox. Very close. And a little bit inside 2-2. Gucci jumped into the majors in 2005, won the World Series that year with the Sox. Runners will be moving on this 3-2 pitch. There they go. And a line shot, base hit. Fielded by Fukudome. Wolf will come in to score, and it's 1-1. Tadahito Iguchi ties it up.
Boy, not a bad pitch from Zambrano, just a good piece of hitting from Iguchi. Most right-handed hitters would try to pull that sinker down and in, hit an easy ground ball to the left side. Iguchi pulls his hands in close to his body, stays inside the baseball, and lines that sinker into right field.
First and third as Garrett advanced 2 bases on that hit. The pitch. Pop foul back out of play. Well, the hit for Iguchi made him 3 for 13 against Zambrano. Giles 2 for 13. Gonzalez 0 for 3. Green 0 for 14. Bard now 0 for 4. A 1-1 outside. Carlos came in tonight with a 3rd best earned run average in the National League at 1.80. Only Edinson Volquez and Tim Lincecum with lower ERAs. You see his breath there. It's a cold night, going with the short sleeves tonight. Derek Lee with 2 hands. He'll step on first base. 2 hits, a walk, and the run to tie it. Iguchi with the RBI hit through 2.5. It's 1-1.
People think life in California is one big vacation, but it's really a lot of work.
We have board meetings. Lots of board meetings.
We're always playing catch up. We're really just a bunch of pencil pushers.
We burn the midnight oil.
Hey, it's a dirty job.
Someone's got to do it.
So if California seems like your kind of work,
when can you start?
Find yourself in California. With over 95 daily flights from Chicago Midway to cities in California, Southwest Airlines is taking low fares farther.
You are now free to move about the country.
Hi. Ronnie's phone here. Ronnie's not going to answer because he's a dillweed. See, Ronnie doesn't have AT&T, so he's basically got 0 bars in this dump. So although you've called like 30 times about Motorhead tickets tonight, he's not calling you back.
For the best coverage, switch to AT&T. More bars in more places.
The ace of spades.
Place your hand here. Can't feel the temperature-controlled air flowing from the lush leather? That's because there's only one place to experience the innovative details offered in the ES, your Lexus dealer. Where the sooner you test drive the ES, the sooner you'll know why nothing else feels quite like a Lexus. Only at your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Tomorrow, Ramos Ramirez and the Cubs continue their series with the Padres on the north side in HD, followed by Lowe's Cubs post-game live. Cubs Padres in HD tomorrow at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
This Thursday is American Mattress Day here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs take on the Padres at 1:20, and the first 10,000 fans will receive an American Mattress sheep stuffed animal. There's a base hit for Terrio. Compliments of American Mattress. Good start to the bottom of the 3rd. Terrio's 2 out of 2.
I know that makes Mary Nolan very happy, Lynn. Today is her 90th birthday. A big Cubs fan, watches every game on television. Big Ryan Terrio fan. Happy birthday to Mary Nolan.
Low for ball 1 on Derek, who doubled home Terrio in the 1st inning. We're getting into the middle part of May, and you'd think you'd be able to put away the winter cap. Not quite yet.
We're going to go straight from winter into the middle of summer. We'll go away on a road trip one time and come back, and it'll be 92 degrees, and the humidity will be about the same. We're just going to bypass spring this year. Came prepared.
Cub fans are smart. Wolf will throw to first. Has a sign he likes from Bard. And the pitch. Ground ball to third. Backhanded play by Kuzminov. They get one. And they turn it. A double play, 5-4-3.
Kind of a slow developing double play. Hard hit ground ball with a lot of topspin down to Kuzminov at third. Iguchi does a nice job of clearing the runner right there. Came way to the inside of the bag at second. Dario couldn't get a piece of him, and Derek Lee's doubled off at first base.
Big rip by Ramirez. Rarely gets cheated.
It was good to see Rami come back swinging the bat the way he has since getting plunked last Friday on the wrist by Adam Wainwright down in St. Louis. We talked about those hand and wrist injuries in the past. They always take a little bit longer than you expect to come back from, but Aramis has shown no ill effects whatsoever from that plunking.
We're not in Alaska, right? Swing and a miss. That is strike three. Promising start to the inning. Terrio with a single, but then the double play ball, the strikeout, and Zambrano back to the mound. It's 1-1.
Get set for summer fun with a stop at Menards. Keep kids entertained and active with a Playstar Play Center. The do-it-yourself Champion Bronze set is $579. The Champion Gold model has a 22-square-foot play deck and 18 different activities, including a tube slide, only $1,299. All Master Helco kennel panels are on sale. Combine different size panels to create any size kennel. They have endless design possibilities. Right now, a 6x6 foot is only $189.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine changing a child's life with something as simple as an oil change. Get the Midas Touch Maintenance Package by June 28th, and Midas will donate $5 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Thanks, everybody.
Tuesday on Chicago Tribune Live, we'll have the latest from Wrigley as the Cubs take on the Padres. Plus, we'll preview the Sox-Angels late night start and find out why Mike Ditka's in the news again. All that and more Tuesday at 5:30.
1-1 tie as we start the fourth inning. Adrian Gonzalez, the Padres first baseman, who I'm sure is very happy because his brother Edgar, who's actually Adrian's older brother, has joined the Padres, and if and when he gets into action in this series, it will be his major league debut. He's an infielder, and he had his contract selected from AAA Portland today as a Padres designated infielder Calyx Crab for assignment. So there's Adrian Gonzalez and Edgar Gonzalez, and there's a base hit to right, and we saw Edgar Gonzalez yesterday. Not the same Edgar Gonzalez, the pitcher who started for Arizona. Time now for our Aflac trivia question.
Aflac!
And how many sluggers were in the 500 home run club when Ernie Banks joined them back on this date, May 12, 1970. How big was the 500 home run club? Nice stop by Ramirez. The throw will go to second base. Nice play there by DeRosa on the bounce throw.
Middle infielders have bailed out of Ramos a couple times tonight. Great diving stop, saving that ball from extra bases. However, his throw to DeRosa low in the dirt. Mark DeRosa does what you like to see a veteran second baseman do. Understand you're not going to turn two. Make sure you get that ball, keep your foot on the bag, get the force out, and get out of the way.
Called strike on Khalil Green. After that strikeout in the second, he is now nothing out of 14 against Zambrano.
But I'm not sure if this has been the case as you get a look at the most career at bats against Big Z without a hit. Khalil Green right at the top of the list. Head is really pulling off the baseball. He's not seeing that pitch as it gets into the hitting zone. Boy, and a guy with as much late movement as Carlos Zambrano has, if you don't track that ball all the way to contact, you have very little chance of hitting it hard.
A 1-2 on the way. Got him. Called strike three. Two punch outs for Z. They both come against Green.
A good backdoor sinker this time. Starts it just off the outside corner. Tails it back onto the corner for a called strike three. Look of resignation on Khalil Green's face as he walked back to that first base dugout.
Kuzman off the runner at first. Scott Hairston hits it foul. Carlos tonight going for his 5th straight win and his 6th at Wrigley Field. 82 wins since the start of 03. Tied for 2nd in all of baseball behind, or with rather, Roy Oswalt, behind only Johan Santana, who's won 86 during that time span. 8 shutout innings his last time out on May 6th. Bouncer foul. With that win against the Reds, he improved to 5-1. His ERA went down to 1.80. First Cubs pitcher to win at least 5 of his first 8 starts of a season while posting an ERA that low since Steve Stone. Back in 1975, he went 5-0 to start the year with a 1.78. Trying to put away Hairston. Outside.
Definitely want to stay down on Scott Hairston. A real good high fastball hitter, especially pitches up and out over the plate.
The 2-2. Don't know how he got out of the way, but he did.
Turn invisible on a pitch like this, a backup breaking ball that just sailed inside. Hairston turns away from the ball the way you teach a hitter. That way, if you do happen to get hit, you take it on the back.
Like he was trying out for Dancing with the Stars. Kuzman off on the move on the 3-2. Hairston waves at strike three. Back-to-back Ks to get out of the inning. A hit, no runs. It's still 1-1.
Okay, Carl?
I'm winning, right?
Yeah, but the other drivers think Aflac sponsorship's giving you an advantage.
Well, if you're sick and saying you can't work. Aflac pays cash fast to help keep you in the race.
I know, but they see it a little differently. I taught him that.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Plan your next corporate or social function in one of Wrigley Field's private party accommodations. Wrigley Field offers a variety of private catered opportunities to host and impress your group. The Mezzanine Suites, presented by Nuveen Investments, has 4 convenient rental plans to fit all budgets and needs. For larger parties of 75 to 100, the Batter's Eye, located in the center field Bud Light bleachers, provides a unique view of the game. All private party accommodations provide generous food and beverage packages as well as VIP parking. Call 773-404-CUBS or visit Cubs.com.
If you're fed up with the pump, then meet Chevy's MVPs of MPG. Aveo, HHR, and Cobalt XFE, to name a few. Chevy, 7 models that offer an EPA estimated 30 miles per gallon highway or better. Choose 2.9% APR for 72 months or get 1,000 cash back on this 08 HHR LT, and current owners and lessees can get an additional $1,500 purchase cash. Log on now to ChevyDealer.com.
Well, it's time to answer our Aflac trivia question. You may remember the question today. How many sluggers were in the 500 home run club when Ernie Banks joined them on this date back in 1970? Tell us, Mr. Duck.
Aflac!
There were 8.
It's more than I thought.
Yeah, me too.
I got Babe Ruth and Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews on that list, Fox and Ott, Ted Williams, Mickey Mantle.
A couple of interesting notes on Ernie Banks' 500th home run that came on this date back in 1970. Only 5,264 fans were in attendance that day here at Wrigley Field. And the home run came on a line drive into the left field bleachers. The ball bounced back onto the field, and the Atlanta Braves outfielder Rico Carty made sure that the ball got back into the Cubs dugout for Ernie Banks. He knew it was a historic home run and wanted to make sure that Ernie got the ball.
1-1 to Fukudome outside, 2 balls and a strike. Also, Frank Sikori was an umpire that day, and I guess he was also umpiring when either Ernie made his major league debut or got his first career home run. A nice symmetry there. Fly ball deep to left, but it'll be caught by Hairston. Well, let's check it out. May 12th, 1970.
Where's that?
Jarvis.
Very familiar stance.
That's a fly ball, deep to left, back! That's it! That's it! Hey! He did it! Ernie Banks got number 500.
Jack Brickhouse with the call. Got out in a hurry, didn't it?
Yes, it did. The opposing pitcher that day was Pat Jarvis. It was a big day in baseball history if you're a Cubs fan. Back in 1955, Sam Toothpick Jones had a 4-0 no-hitter going and walked the bases loaded in the 9th inning, and then came back to strike out Dick Grote, Roberto Clemente, and Frank Thomas to finish that no-hitter. Once again, only 2,900 fans in the stands that day. Sam Jones became the first African-American pitcher to record a no-hitter in the major leagues.
His gift for throwing the no-hitter was a gold toothpick.
Wow. If his nickname was Sam Rolls Royce Jones, I wonder if they'd have gotten him a gold Rolls Royce. Toothpick seems awfully easy.
Well, speaking of no-hitters, Don Cardwell's no-hitter was on May 15th, so the anniversary of that no-no back in 1960s coming up in a few days. It was in his Cubs debut. Fouled back by Soto. Ball and 2 strikes on the Cubs catcher. Make it 2-2. The The surging Florida Marlins are tied at Cincinnati 4-4 in the middle of the 7th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. If I had asked you before the season started who would have the best record in baseball on May 12th, would you have said the Florida Marlins?
Not in a million years.
23-14. Dan Ugla with his 12th home run in that ball game. Hermida and Hanley Ramirez has reportedly agreed to a long-term extension. He also hit his 9th tonight. Milwaukee scoring 5 in the bottom of the 3rd. They're still batting and leading St. Louis 6-1. Ankiel with his 7th for the Cardinals. Ryan Braun has done it again. He's hit number 8 for Milwaukee, so he's heating up. Cubs and Cardinals basically are tied atop the division. Both teams 7 over 500, but the Cubs have played 2 fewer games and they have a higher winning percentage, 595 to the Cardinals 590. So technically the Cubs are in first and the Cardinals would be just behind them. The Cubs have done it at home. They've won 14 of their first 20 here at Wrigley Field.
.313 batting average at home. Slugging percentage over 500. On base percentage just under 400. You'll win 14 games at home when you put up numbers like that.
Cubs have won 14 of their first 20 at home for the first time since 1991. Betty Vestweber sent us an email. He said, she said, what would happen if a team finished percentage points ahead of another team at the end of the season? Well, that shouldn't happen, as DeRosa takes a 2-out walk. If you play the same number of games, if you're tied, you're tied. Now, if you finish percentage points ahead, like for instance, let's say the Cubs and Cardinals, the Cubs finish their season and they're tied with the Cardinals like they are today. One team would have to play the extra 2 games and then it would somehow even out. That's where the half game thing sometimes gets confusing to people. Well, what's a half game? Well, a half game means there's an odd number of games. That's the difference. If one team plays 7 games, the other team plays 6, there will be a half game thrown in there.
I can hear people at home going, now wait a minute, 7 and 6, that's one whole game. Why is it a half a game?
You know what? I can't explain it. That's just the way it is. That ends the inning.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, more math when we come back. 1-1 after 4.
Hurry in now for Toyota's banner sales event with great deals on a huge selection of Toyotas. Lease the best-selling car in America, also known for its fuel economy. The 2009 Toyota Camry, just $209 a month, or get 2.9% APR. Or if you're looking for a family minivan, check out a 2008 Sienna with $1,500 cash back. The banner sales event ends soon, so hurry into your Toyota dealer today.
So, you're a green person, but which shade? Confusing, isn't it? Well, True Value's Color Made Simple can help. With exclusive tools, trained professionals, and expert advice, finding your color will always be simple. Now let's talk purple. True Value's Color Made Simple.
Meeting the challenge since 1940.
Have you seen the selection of trailers at the Trailer Depot in Clinton? The area's best kept secret, and the best prices on trailers are at the Trailer Depot. Buy new, buy used, or rent. Trailer Depot has any trailer you need. We even make repairs, sell parts, and get your vehicle ready to tow. Knowing what you're towing keeps us growing at Trailer Depot. Behind you on the road and ahead of the competition. 7th Avenue South in Clinton.
Sports Night. Every night on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Cubs baseball is brought to you in part by Aflac. Ask about it at work, and by the Toyota Tundra. Visit whytundra.com to find out why the Toyota Tundra is a great way to keep moving forward.
Want to see a Cubs game from the front row at Wrigley Field? Now you can. Visit Cubs.com and click on the CBOE front row seats auction as Josh Bard lifts this one deep left center, and it'll be caught by Reed Johnson. Didn't have to bang into the wall, didn't have to leave his feet. That ball was struck very well by Josh Bard. Ends up being a long out.
Josh Bard has actually had 2 good at-bats in this ball game. This deep fly ball to left center field, chasing Reed Johnson back into the vines. He lined out to Fukudome back in the 3rd inning. He's seen 2 pitches and hit the ball hard twice. Nothing to show for it.
By the way, if you would like to see a Cubs game from the front row at Wrigley Field, go to Cubs.com. Click on the CBOE front row seats auction. You can bid on tickets in the front row behind home plate and along the first base line for the games coming up May 26th through June 1st. Strike 3 is Wolf fans.
Len, I got one more good this day in baseball history for you. In this day and age of pitch counts, and you can't throw guys 2 or 3 days in a row, whatever the case may be. Back in 1915, Red Faber, pitching for the White Sox, threw a complete game victory, beating the Senators 4-1. He threw 67 pitches.
Complete game,
complete 67. Game, 67 pitches. Must have been getaway day.
Must have been. So he averaged what, about 7 to 8 pitches, 7.5 pitches per inning.
Yeah, how about that?
So you're making me do more math. That's pretty amazing.
I think the lowest total pitches I ever caught in a complete game was by former Cub Rick Russell when he was pitching for the Giants. We played a game against the Phillies in Philadelphia. I think he threw 84 pitches in a 9-inning complete game.
That is crushed by Jody Garrett, and it's gone. That ball looked like it ended up on Sheffield. And the Padres lead 2-1. He got all of it on a 2-0 pitch.
Well, even against one of the best pitchers in the game, when a hitter can get himself into a predictable count where he's pretty sure he's going to get a fastball, you can take that kind of aggressive swing. Our Belvedere home run replay, Jody Garrett going out onto Sheffield Avenue with that home run.
In a brief time he spent with the Cubs, he did not hit a home run. Two and one meanwhile on Iguchi. So for Jody Garrett, that is his first career home run here at Wrigley Field.
Well, it certainly wasn't a basket shot. There was nothing cheap about that one. He got every bit of it.
Well, the Cubs trailed by a run Friday, again by a run on Saturday. They were down 2 on Sunday, yet they won all 3 against Arizona, a team that had the best record in baseball going into that series. They're playing the team with the worst record in baseball right now, and they trailed 2-1 on the Garrett home run.
Today, we're observing the Geico gecko, an extraordinary creature with a most curious adaptation. The ability to save people hundreds of dollars on their car insurance. Let's watch.
That's odd. Whoa!
Fascinating.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
What does the Buick Pontiac GMC Spring Collection mean to you? Better highway fuel efficiency than a typical 8-passenger SUV, the most fuel-efficient 5-door in its class, and the best available V8 fuel economy in a full-size pickup. The Buick Pontiac GMC Spring Collection. Now get a low-mileage lease on the 2008 GMC Acadia for around $349 a month. Call for residency restrictions and details. The Spring Collection. See them now at your local Buick Pontiac GMC dealer.
From the Comcast Sportsnet studios, it's a GMC Sports Update.
Hello again, everyone. Mark Shanowski here. The Bears gave out a contract extension today, but it didn't go to defensive stars Brian Urlacher or Tommy Harris. Kicker Robbie Gould gets a new 5-year deal that makes him the highest-paid kicker in the NFL. He's the Bears' all-time leader in percentage of field goals made. Now we send it back to Len and Bob.
Mark, thanks. It's 2-1 San Diego. Randy Wolf now with the lead for the first time, facing Carlos Zambrano. That's hit very well, deep, and it is going to be off the wall. Zambrano on his way to second base. And he stands there, tying run now in scoring position with the top of the order coming up. He's taken some mighty hacks in this ball game, hasn't he?
Boy, he has. That was a nice quick hack right there on a fastball up and out over the plate. Drove it off the wall out there in right center field. You ever heard that cliche, helping yourself, a pitcher helping yourself with the bat? Zambrano does that just about every start.
Now he's given up 2 runs. The way he looked in the first 2 innings, we thought he might just roll right through this Padres lineup, but Garrett hit that ball a long way. But the Cubs coming back here, and they have shown a penchant here lately of never being out of it. That's a good sign.
Well, and they should feel that way with the offense that they run out there on a given day. A lot of power up and down the lineup, a lot of contact hitters interspersed. Have to take advantage of this great opportunity here. The leadoff double by the pitcher, Carlos Zambrano, setting the table for the top of the Cubs order.
They have come from behind to win 10 times. Tied for the 3rd most wins of that variety in the National League. 1 and 2 on Alfonso. Phillies lead the league with 12 comeback wins. There's a high drive by Soriano. This ball carrying. Garrett's back on the warning track. It's gone! Just above the basket into the front row. And the Cubs lead 3-2. Soriano heating up on this homestand.
You may remember, Len, when Soriano first came off the disabled list, his timing was terrible, his strike zone was terrible, but with each passing game he was getting better and better. Our Belvedere going downtown home run replay. Alfonso Soriano reaching the bleachers in left center field. Getting closer and closer with every ball game, getting his base hits but not hitting the ball hard, then hitting the ball hard, and now hitting the ball deep.
Carlos loved it. And it's 2-0 on Ryan Theriot. He's 2 for 2, saw just 3 pitches in his first 2 ABs. A home run allowed by Randy Wolf. Just the 3rd he has given up this year. He covers almost 46 innings. Hit foul. You know, early in the year, the Cubs blew out a lot of people. Scored a ton of runs. But There's something to be said for occasionally having to grind out a 3-2 win, a 5-4 win.
When you're slugging the ball and hitting lots of home runs and scoring double digits and getting double digits and hits every ball game, it kind of covers up some of the warts, some of the mistakes maybe that you make that in a close game will cost you a ball game. So I agree with you. I think it's very important that you have some tightly contested ball games where you have to fundamentally execute everything properly in order to win those games. Or hit a 2-run homer in the seats in left field. That works too.
Yes, it does. And let's check in on the Coors Light freeze can. The biggest hit yesterday came from Darrell Ward. Pinch hit, 2-run double off Tony Pena. He said he couldn't have thrown it any more down the middle than he did.
Well, you talk about a hitter getting extension. That pitch was out over the plate where he could get his arms extended and drive it into that gap in right center.
Fisted foul by Lee.
Well, Darrell Ward's going to be an important member of that Cubs bench as this season progresses. You talk about close ball games and executing and doing things the right way, and your #1 pinch hitter has to be available and has to be effective in those situations late in the ball game.
He tied the game Saturday and he won it on Sunday. A double, a 2-run homer, and a walk to start the 5th. One and one. Elevated pitch count for Randy Wolf. We'll see another lefty tomorrow. Base hit rolled into left. Sean Estes, former Cub, will start for the Padres. Aaron Balsley will head back out to chat with Wolf for the 2nd time tonight. In that game, Estes will look for his 100th major league win. He underwent Tommy John surgery in June of '06, missed the majority of last season recovering. Came back last week against Atlanta, in Atlanta, made his first major league appearance since April of '06. So he's gone basically 2 years between major league appearances.
In AAA, Portland this year went 4-2 with an ERA of 3.67 and held opponents to a 2.48 batting average. Another one of those lefties with the big over-the-top curveball, little tailing fastball, and occasional changeup.
For Jason Marquis, it'll be his first outing since May 4th. Jason's been in action, but as a pinch runner. They'd like to really blow it wide open here. The Cubs lead by 1. And they have 2 on with nobody out. Ramirez at the plate, Fukudome on deck.
Wolf took a little more off the breaking ball that time, got Ramirez out front. Going to have to battle now in the 2-strike count.
Padres have some action. Left-hander Sean Hinn. Just got him from the Yankees. Claimed off waivers. That ball's going to get over Iguchi. It's going to send Terrio around third. He's going to score. Throw goes to third base. Lee slides in. He's safe. And it's now 4-2.
You know, and there's certain guys in this game that have a reputation as being run producers. Ramirez got 2 good aggressive swings in that at bat. Granted, maybe pitches that were out of the strike zone, but then in the 2-strike count, he battles, he finds a way to put that ball in play and drive home that runner from second base. Derek Lee turning the corner at second, advancing easily on to third base. Let's have him at the corners. A former teammate of mine, and he was a Cub for a while, George Bell. He was one of the best run producers I ever played with, and he was very similar to Aramis Ramirez. He'd get 2 real good cuts every at bat, and then do what he had to do to get that runner on the plate.
Randy Wolf has thrown over 30 pitches in this inning alone. He's 3-0 on Fukudome. The Cubs would love to step on the Padres' throat here. 3-1. Soto next. Lee at third, Ramirez at first. 3 in this inning. Let's see if that ball will get down. It will, but it's foul.
Ball slicing down into that left field corner. Looked like it had a chance off the bat, but ends up about 3 or 4 feet foul. Wind pushing from the right field corner toward the left field corner probably made the difference on that humpback line drive.
We'll see if they send Ramirez with a full count. Is not running. Ball 4, they're loaded. Six Cubs have reached base to start this inning, and it began with a pitcher, Zambrano.
Good time for Gio to bust out again. He had that little mini slump when we were on the road trip back to DC. Busted out in a big way.
A kick in, a 1-0 pitch. Dropped low and inside. 2-0. Hit 30 pitches. Wolf getting up in the 20s here in this half inning.
Probably feels like 30 or more to him out there on the mound, the way the Cubs are banging the ball around this inning.
He's nearing 30 now. That's a base hit into center, and the Cubs will get 2 more. Lee and Ramirez scoring. And they have broken it open. 5 runs here in the 5th inning, and it's now 6-2, and that'll be it for Randy Wolf. First hit for Soto on this homestand.
We talk about run producers. Giovanni Soto rapidly developing a name for himself as a run producer. Went into the play tonight, tied with Ramirez for second on the team in RBIs. Derek Lee with 26, Ramirez and Soto with 24 coming into the ball game tonight.
Time for the Heineken call to the pen. It's Hen for Wolf. 6-2 Cubs.
One moment we are feeling spontaneous.
Surprise, I'm home.
The next, we are happily interrupted. Hey, there's no problem for guys like me with ED. There's Cialis. Cialis is the only erectile dysfunction tablet clinically proven to both go to work fast in as little as 30 minutes for some men and work up to 36 hours. No other ED tablet can do both. Sure, Cialis can work fast, but having up to 36 hours is a great option, and working only when it should means I can respond to Deb only when we're ready. Tell your doctor about your medical condition and all medications, and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity. Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in hearing or vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away. Why ask your doctor about Cialis? Because when the moment is right, you can be ready.
Hurry in now for Toyota's banner sales event with great deals on a huge selection of Toyotas, like the rugged 2008 Tacoma. Lease one now for just $249 a month. Or drive away in the 2008 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Toyota Tundra. Get one with 0% APR for 60 months, or get $3,000 cash back. The banner sales event ends soon, so hurry into your Toyota dealer today.
Feldco windows are custom-made, energy-efficient, and professionally installed to beautify your home.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Well, Bob, usually a wolf follows a hen, but tonight, just the opposite. Mark DeRosa off the glove of Kuzmanov and into left. Fukudome rounding third. 7-2. Still no outs.
Well, that's the way to greet a relief pitcher. The first delivery is whacked into left field for a base hit. Another run for the Cubs. Don't even allow that guy to get comfortable out there on the mound. Well, we're seeing Mike Quade be extremely aggressive, waving runners around third base. As Padres outfield, none of whom possess good arms. Hairston in left was an infielder. Garrett in center does not throw well, nor does Giles in right.
They've scored 6 in this inning. The Cubs have scored at least 5 runs in an inning 12 times this year, most in the majors. Fukudome sitting next to Ryuji Araki, Cubs Japanese interpreter. Ryuji's going with a winter cap. The 0-2 pitch to Johnson. That's past the pitcher, but it's not past Taguchi, and they turn the double play. Soto left at third base, now 2 outs.
Well, unfortunately, the pitcher doesn't deflect this ball far enough away. It goes right through the wickets to Taguchi, standing very close to second base, making it an easy double play.
And the guy who started the inning with a double, Carlos Zambrano, will bat again. 7-2 Cubs. Outside corner strike. Nothing in 2. Hen making his Padre debut tonight. 36 prior major league appearances, all with the Yankees. Bounced foul near Matt Sinatro, back at first base. Lester Strode also back in the bullpen after attending his daughter's college graduation over the weekend. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, but what an inning for the Cubs. They score 6 times and now lead 7-2.
What does the Buick Pontiac GMC Spring Collection mean to you? Better highway fuel efficiency than a typical 8-passenger SUV, the most fuel-efficient 5-door in its class, and the best available V8 fuel economy in a full-size pickup. The Buick Pontiac GMC Spring Collection. Now get a low-mileage lease on the 2008 GMC Acadia for around $349 a month. Call for residency restrictions and details. The Spring Collection. See them now at your local Buick Pontiac GMC dealer.
For every romantic moment, there's a way it can be interrupted. Emergency home repair.
A surprise visit home from college.
Unexpected guests.
But guys with ED can relax because there's Cialis. Cialis is the only erectile dysfunction tablet clinically proven to both go to work fast in as little as 30 minutes for some men and work up to 36 hours. No other ED tablet can do both.
Sure, Cialis can work fast, but having up to 36 hours is a great option.
And with Cialis, I can respond to her only when we're finally ready.
Tell your doctor about your medical condition and all medications, and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity. Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in hearing or vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away.
Why ask your doctor about Cialis? Because when the moment is right, you can be ready.
Tomorrow, Aramis Ramirez and the Cubs continue their series with the Padres on the north side in HD, followed by Lowe's Cubs post-game live. Cubs Padres in HD tomorrow at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Weeknights, don't miss Chicago Tribune Live on Comcast Sportsnet. Tribune writers, sports stars, and celebrities join host David Kaplan to discuss the day's hottest sports topics and set the table for the night ahead. Don't miss Chicago Tribune Live weeknights at 5:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Brian Giles down in the count. 0-2. He's not down for the count. He's excited. Getting a little late for him, but he's at the ballpark.
A sensory overload there in that bottom half of the fifth.
What you really like on this homestand, among many other things, is that Alfonso Soriano has 3 go-ahead hits.
You know, normally when a pitcher leads off an inning with a double, you think about the leadoff man possibly bunting him into scoring position or hitting behind the runner to the right side to move him up. Giles lofts one into shallow center for Reed Johnson, no problem. But obviously with Alfonso Soriano in that leadoff spot, that changes the strategy completely. Lou was not going to make him bunt Carlos into scoring position at third. He was going to let him swing away, and Alfonso rewarded Lou with that 2-run bomb.
Ground ball to Aramis. 2 up, 2 down. Here comes Kuzminov for his 3rd at bat. Thought we might see some former Cubs with the Padres. Not talking about Sean Estes, but Glendon Rush, who is not on the active roster. He was outrighted on the Saturday to AAA Portland. In fact, Sean Hinn, who is now in the ballgame for the Padres, took his roster spot. What a great comeback story for Glendon, whose career appeared to be over after he was diagnosed with a blood clot in his lung a couple of years ago while he was a member of the Cubs. Michael Barrett is on the DL with an elbow injury, and Mark Pryor had another setback as he tries to come back from the shoulder problems that have disrupted his career. A 1-2-3-6, the nice shutdown frame for Carlos Zambrano. 7-2 Cubs.
Now more than ever, you want to get the most for your money. Look no further than the well-equipped 2008 Kia Spectra. Fuel efficient, 5-star safety rated, backed by an industry-leading warranty, and it's priced about $2,000 less than a Toyota Corolla XLE. Or to put it another way, a whole year's worth of gas less. The Kia Spring Sales Event. It's money well saved. Hurry in and get 0% APR or $2,000 cash back. Offer ends June 2nd.
After the game, stay tuned for Lowe's Cubs post-game live. Analysis with Dan Plesac. Highlights, press conferences, and interviews from the stadium. Lowe's Cubs postgame live after the game on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans bet.
If it's got a motor, that's our slogan here at Clinton Motor Works. And what's it mean? Well, we have one of the area's best selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. Oh yeah, and the cruising coolers. How great is that? A 13-mile-an-hour cooler to ride. Just another reason to stop in and see what's going on. Now let's talk warranty. We have the area's only lifetime engine warranty on most all the vehicles we sell. That's right, your engine blows, you get it fixed for free. That's why people do business with us. For your next great sales and finance experience, we'll see you soon at Clinton Motor Works.
If it's got a motor.
You can stop searching for that perfect family activity. Ted's Boatorama has your solution. A new runabout boat from Tahoe. A new Tahoe boat is something your entire family can enjoy, and Ted's Boatorama has the perfect one for you. Great for fishing, cruising, or just catching some sun, the Tahoe offers your family the ultimate boating experience. Go ahead, gather your family and enjoy a summer of skiing, sunning, and relaxing in a new Tahoe.
Ted's Boatorama, boat Boatorama, Ted's Boatorama, boat Boatorama.
You're watching the home of the Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, and White Sox. Comcast Sportsnet.
Here's Soriano. Go ahead, 2-run homer in the 5th inning. Cubs were down very briefly, 2-1. Ends 1-1 pitch, pulled fair. It'll be an easy double for Soriano.
A good sign there by Soriano. Gets fooled a little bit by that pitch, but he's able to extend his swing, reach out there, and hook the ball over Kuzmanoff down into that left field corner for an easy stand-up double. Now, even with a 5-run lead in this ball game, see if Terrio doesn't try to hit the ball to the right side here and move Soriano to third base. That's what would be called for in this situation, especially in a close or a tie ball game. You want to move that runner to third base with 1 out in the inning and provide an opportunity for D. Lee to drive him home with a sac fly. And trying to pitch into Ryan's strength. What he wants to do is hit the ball to the right side, probably looking for a pitch out over the plate that he can shoot that way, and has thrown him 2 pitches off the plate away.
A 2-0, a strike. Braves and Pirates split a doubleheader today. Pirates shut out Atlanta 5-0 in the opener. 8-1 Braves in game 2. Doubleheader over in the American League. Cleveland shut out Toronto in the first one 3-0. They're scoreless in the top of the 10th in the nightcap. There's ball 4. 2 singles, 2 walks for Terrio tonight. Makes a world of difference when those top 2 guys get on base. Terrio's gotten that 4 times, Soriano twice.
Instant pressure. Now you have to work your way through the best hitter in the Cubs lineup, Derek Lee, their best run producer, Aramis Ramirez, and possibly Kosuke Fukudome before Hen is going to escape the problems in this inning.
Way outside.
But consistently missing away to the right-handed hitters.
A 1-0 lead. Swing and a miss on a fastball at 93. It's deep dish.
What a good dog.
Careful, Derek Lee almost hit him with a bat. Inside corner strike. A win for Atlanta in the nightcap of that doubleheader. Snapped their 7-game road losing streak. Tim Hudson improved to 6-2. Got him, called strike 3, and that's the first out. Strikeout number 2 for him.
After his control had been inconsistent at best since coming into the ball game, he makes some of the best pitches of the game to Derek Lee. Paints a tailing fastball right on the outside corner at the knees. About that pitching matchup in San Francisco tonight. A couple years ago, you'd have had a problem getting a ticket to that ball game tonight. Roy Oswalt against Barry Zito. Oswalt at 3-3 with an ERA of 5.33. Zito still looking for his first win of the season. His ERA sitting just under 7.
I saw a note. Zito has lost all 7 starts. If he loses tonight, according to Elias, he'll be the first pitcher to lose his first 8 starts since Mike Boddicker with the Orioles 20 years ago in 1988. And speaking of the Astros, the National League Player of the Week is Lance Berkman. He had quite a week. He hit .682. Ball 4, bases full of Cubs for Fukudome. That batting average was the highest over a 6-game span. Counting players with at least 20 at bats since Derek Lee hit .750 back in mid-June during a 6-game span in 2004. With the Cubs. So Berkman, the player of the week in the National League. Kevin Youkilis hit .375 with 5 home runs for the Red Sox. He's the American League Player of the Week.
Berkman all over the National League leaderboard in every offensive category.
Popped up down along the left field line. This is Hairston coming over. He tripped in a bullpen. Oh man, I think he's all right, but I'm sure a little embarrassed. Good sense of humor about it. But you can really get hurt.
Man. Well, you can laugh about it when you stand up and all your parts are intact, but boy, what a dangerous proposition. Hairston fortunately just stumbles, falls onto his belly. No damage done.
A 1-1 pitch outside. 2 balls and a strike. Fouled back. Chipper Jones went into that doubleheader today hitting .400. He went 4 for 8. What a year he's had.
Remarkable season.
Justin Germano is up. Just missed. 3-2. How about Cliff Lee? 9 shutout innings in the nightcap tonight for Cleveland. What a start he's had. Crowd getting up. 3-2 pitch to Fukudome. Popped it foul. We'll do it again.
This is a similar defensive alignment in the outfield by the Padres that we saw from the Diamondbacks in that 3-game weekend series. Hairston shading over toward the line and shallow in left. Garrett way over into the gap in left center. And Giles a few steps over into the gap in right center. A lot of room in right center and down the right field line.
And he walked in a run. Fukudome will get an RBI, his 3rd walk of the night, and it's now 8-2. Well, the Cubs batters tonight, with their patience, they had just worn out these 2 lefties, Wolf and Hen.
And Soto, for the 2nd time in 2 innings, has an opportunity with the bases loaded. You might go a couple of weeks, 3 weeks of the season and not having it bat with the bases loaded. Soto has 2 in 2 innings.
Germano's ready. And the Padre pen. Outside. See what he gets on a 2-0. Got under it. See who takes it. It'll be Garrett with a catch, and everybody's going to hold. Soto flies out, and it'll be up to Mark DeRosa.
Even with the subpar arms in the Padres outfield, that fly ball was just not deep enough for Ryan Theriot to take a chance and score.
Strike 1. Well, a triple play tonight, unassisted, for the 14th time in Major League history. Cleveland second baseman Asdrubal Cabrera turned it. Game 2 of that doubleheader. What a ball game. Scoreless going into extras. He made a diving catch on a Lyle Overbay liner. Stepped on second, then tagged out Marco Scudero to end the inning. First unassisted triple play since April 29th of last year, when Troy Tulowitzki was able to turn one against Atlanta. Randy Velarde, the last to do it in the American League in 2000 with Oakland. Three and one. How about this, Bob? Of the 14 unassisted triple plays, 3 have come by a Cleveland player.
I could never pronounce the gentleman's name who turned one for the Indians. It begins with a W and has lots of A's in it. Yes. I remember that.
Bill, it's WAMBSGANSS. So lots of A's, lots of S's. In the World Series, 1920. Neil Ball also did it in 1909. Three and two, bases loaded, 2 outs, runners go. Ground ball, backhanded by Kuzmanov. Safe at third, bad throw to first. 1 run already in. Here comes another. The Cubs will try to get 3, and they will. So Tario scoring, Ramirez in, Fukudome as well. Kuzmanov tried to beat Aramis to third base. He could not, and then he threw wildly to first.
what an odd-looking play. Kuzminoff apparently forgot the runners were in motion. He's not going to be able to beat Ramirez to third base. You see Rami gets there just ahead of it. Then the off-balance throw is over the head of Adrian Gonzalez at first, who just stands there and watches the ball roll over by the tarp on the first base side. Heads up base running by the Cubs. They just continue to motor around the bases. The ball laying down there by the tarp. No Padre went after it.
So time for the Heineken call to the pen once again. We'll sort out the scoring on this play. When we come back, it's now 11-2 Cubs.
Place your hand here. Can't feel the temperature-controlled air flowing from the lush leather? That's because there's only one place to experience the innovative details offered in the ES, your Lexus dealer. Where the sooner you test drive the ES, the sooner you'll know why nothing else feels quite like a Lexus. Only at your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Kelly, it's Daddy. Boop. Hey, Pumpkin, it's Dad's phone. He can't answer right now because he doesn't have AT&T, which means he gets 0 bars up here on this ridge. So, that text message about you spending the night at Steffi's, Johnny Knocker here won't get that. And come Monday, you're gonna be the girl with the crazy father who no one wants to date. Kelly! Sorry, Pumpkin.
For the best coverage, switch to AT&T. More bars in more places.
Kelly Moore!
What does the Buick Pontiac GMC Spring Collection mean to you? Better highway fuel efficiency than a typical 8-passenger SUV, the most fuel-efficient 5-door in its class, and the best available V8 fuel economy in a full-size pickup. The Buick Pontiac GMC Spring Collection. Now get $1,500 cash back, or current GM owners get $3,000 total cash back on a 2008 Buick Lucerne. The Spring Collection. See them now at your local Buick Pontiac GMC dealer.
Well, Edgar Gonzalez, the older brother of Adrian Gonzalez, making his major league debut. He's now playing third base. And right-hander Justin Germano will do the pitching. The scoring, a single for DeRosa. He gets an RBI, and the other 2 runs scoring on an error by Kevin Kuzminoff, who just left the game, not because he made the error, but because he made the final out at the top of the inning, and they went with a double switch. So a runner at second. It's now 11-2. The Cubs with 6 in the 5th, 4 more here in the 6th. Gets away from the catcher, Bard.
Here's the Mark DeRosa play. Little chopper down the third base line. Kuzminoff unable to beat Ramirez to the bag at third. When he throws it away, yeah, you just saw Gonzalez was standing there. The second baseman was covering second. Marcus Giles started to sprint in from his right field position to pick up the ball, but by then Gonzalez realized that the Cubs were running the bases. Somebody better go get the ball.
It's a wild pitch, and Reed Johnson's going to single home DeRosa. 12-2. So DeRosa went to third on the wild one by Germano and able to easily score on the Johnson hit.
Those, my friend, are crooked numbers. That's what managers love to see. Hitting coaches love to see those crooked numbers on the scoreboard. Reed Johnson takes advantage of that split defense up the middle of the field and just grounds one through into center to drive home another run.
Swing and a miss by Zambrano, batting left-handed for the first time tonight. Well, the last 2 innings, it has not been easy to keep up with all the scoring plays on the scorecard. Zambrano with another hit. Johnson motoring to third. hits. He's 2 for 4. Cubs will send at least 10 men to the plate for the second straight inning.
Just crushing my scorecard, but that's all right. Big Z takes a sinker away, just grounds it right back up that big split in the middle of the infield. Khalil Green shading toward the hole. Edgar Gonzalez shading toward the hole on the right side. A lot of room up the middle of the field.
Curveball for a strike. All Milwaukee tonight, about an hour and a half north of us. 8-1. Brewers lead St. Louis in the bottom of the 7th. If these scores hold up, the Cubs will be a game up in the division. The last inning, here's how it started. Double, home run, walk, single, single, walk, single, single. And a double play ball and a strikeout. This inning, double, walk, strikeout, walk, walk, fly out, single, single, single. Not bad.
Well, we talked about it in the open of the show. Contributions up and down the lineup. Certainly you expect Derek Lee, Aramis Ramirez, and Alfonso Soriano to get theirs and get their numbers by the end of the season, but a lot of other Cub players contributing offensively.
Pulled into the Cubs dugout. Look out, Ted Lilly. Fly ball, but it's not going to carry. Garrett makes the catch. 6 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th. 12-2 to the 7th.
If you're fed up with the pump, then meet Chevy's MVPs of MPG. Aveo, HHR, and Cobalt XFE, to name a few. Chevy, 7 models that offer an EPA estimated 30 miles per gallon highway or better. Get this 08 Aveo starting at $10,945, plus current owners and lessees can get an additional $1,000 purchase cash. Find your Chevy at ChevyDealer.com.
I need you. I need you every single day, and I want you. I want you every single way, and I need you. I need you every single day, and I want you. I want you every single way, and it's love, it's love, it's love, it's la 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 la, it's love, it's love, it's love, it's la 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 la, it's love.
Kitchen Design Limited. They're the tile specialists, right, Dex?
Oh, that's Kern's Kitchens.
Oh, these cabinets got to go too, huh?
Kitchen Design Limited does custom.
Free consultations?
That's Kern's Kitchens.
Granite countertops.
Of course.
Calvert's Remodeling has those wholesale.
Wait, I'm confused. Who has the guarantee?
Maybe this'll help.
Oh.
Now let's talk bathrooms.
Introducing DexKnows.com, the smartest local search on the web. Compare businesses side by side. See hours, services, and more. Visit DexKnows.com.
Tomorrow night, Derek Lee and the Cubs are back on Comcast Sportsnet as they face off with Adrian Gonzalez and the Padres in high definition. Don't miss the Cubs hosting the Pods tomorrow night at 7 right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. We have some changes. Johnson goes from center to left. PA is now in center. Ronnie Cedeno now plays second. Mark DeRosa moves over to third, so Soriano and Ramirez will be given the rest of the night off. Awkward looking cut there by Khalil Green. Sharply hit ground ball, backhanded and knocked down by Theriot. He's up with it. He throws, safe. Green beat it out. And for Khalil Green, his first career hit against Zambrano.
Nice recovery by Theriot. Made it close over there at first base after losing his footing going into the hole after that ground ball. Just didn't come up with it cleanly, but stays with it. Makes a strong throw across the diamond to Derek Lee, but Green just does beat it at first base.
Fouled back by Hairston. The cast of Jersey Boys will be conducting Take Me Out to the Ballgame, a Tony Award-winning musical. The rendition will be a little bit more on key than Tony Romo's rendition yesterday, even though I guess he made all the national morning shows.
I think this one tonight has a chance to be the best of the year as far as just pure quality of singing voices. These guys are awesome.
Well, if you're wondering why is Carlos out there in the 7th with a 10-run lead, well, he was so efficient early on. At around 80 pitches, Lou leaving him in here for the 7th. Why not?
And you may remember a couple of innings ago, Zambrano gave us all a scare.
6-4, and that's it. So they get one out.
And you may also recall Zambrano started the game with short sleeves. He wasn't wearing the under sleeves to cover his throwing arm and his left arm, but after that inning, that scare, whatever happened out there on the mound, he changed between innings and put some sleeves on. Theriot goes to his right once again, on to Cedeno. Too much speed from Hairston.
Carlos was at 78 pitches through 6. So no reason to take him out this early.
The only reason you would take Carlos Zambrano out of this ball game would be if it was a hot, humid, muggy afternoon game here at Wrigley and he's expending a lot of energy.
Fair ball. Derek Lee with a nice play. Actually carried him into foul ground and he gets barred.
The only other circumstance you would take Carlos out would be as if you had some guys in the bullpen that needed some work. But Carlos cruising along in this ball game. Pitch count very much under control. And if you want any of those guys to pitch, you're going to have to give them some advance warning. It's going to take a while to climb out from underneath the blankets, towels, and the heaters down there in the bullpen. Ho hum, another nice play by Derek Lee.
Tough night for Josh Bard. He is lined out, flying to deep center, and then retired on a nice play by a Gold Glover. First major league at bat for Edgar Gonzalez, the older brother of Adrian Gonzalez. They're playing the corner spots on the infield. Adrian at first and Edgar now at third. That's a base hit. And he's going to knock in a run. So Edgar Gonzalez will probably get that baseball. His first major league hit and RBI in his first ever plate appearance.
Well, congratulations to Edgar Gonzalez and knock it off. Waited a long time for that first base hit in the major leagues. 29 years old. Getting his first taste of the major leagues.
So it's now a 12-3 ball game. Swing and a miss by Garrett. If you're looking for the Sox Angels game, that game is on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Comcast HD subscribers can go to channel 174, CSN Plus HD channel, that's DirecTV 668-1. So on DirecTV 668-1, Comcast HD subscribers channel 174. Scott Air up in the Cubs pen, 2 down in the 7th. And a 1-2 count on Garrett. He gave the Padres a very short-lived 2-1 lead with a long home run in the 5th. Got away from Soto, but no chances taken by Gonzalez with his team down 9. Still 2-2 on Garrett. Again, we'll have game 2 tomorrow night. Former Cub Sean Estes against Jason Marquis, and while Estes is a lefty, Marquis a righty, they're both sinker ballers. Gonzalez goes on the payoff pitch, and Garrett walks. Carlos not happy with himself right now, to say the very least.
Just tries to overthrow that sinker a little bit, tails off the plate wide. Especially after your ball club has banged out a couple of innings the way the Cubs did in the 5th and 6th. You want to get him back in that dugout as quickly as possible.
Terrio up with it. He'll throw to first. Iguchi is out. Time for the stretch.
To the ball game, please welcome John Michael Diaz, Brian McElroy, Michael Ingersoll, and James Speck, Chicago's own Jersey Boys.
All right, fans, let me hear ya. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some more runs! Woo!
The Chicago Cubs strongly encourage the use of public transportation. The CTA offers a variety of options, including the Red Line, which stops right at Wrigley Field at the Edison station. If you must drive, try the remote parking operation at DeVry University, located near the Edison and Rockwell intersection. The remote lot offers parking and an express bus for just $6. For more details, call the CTA hotline at 773-836-7000 or visit Cubs.com.
Prepare yourself for an event so big, we couldn't fit it inside. Nissan's tent event. Get the best deals now on stylish sedans, powerful trucks, and durable SUVs. Get $1,500 Nissan cash back on Sentra and $199 a month for the 5-star safety-rated Altima. Your new Nissan will last and last, but event savings won't. Tents come down June 2nd.
Chicago Tribune Live, presented by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Weeknights at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
The Menards grounds crew doing its job tonight between innings. Cubs have done the job all night long as Ryan Terrio. Seems like he's been up about every other batter tonight. Paul McAnulty now playing right for Giles. And Michael Ingersoll plays Nick Massey in the Tony Award-winning musical Jersey Boys. With us in the booth. Great job with our 7th inning stretch. And as Bob said, he thought tonight might be the best version of it, and you guys nailed every note.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We're incredibly thrilled to be here, especially on a night where the Cubs are doing so well. It's a historic park. It's just a ball.
I'll tell you what else is a ball is Jersey Boys. I had an opportunity to see it last summer. One of the greatest theater productions I've seen. It was so entertaining. The music, certainly at my age, it struck a note in my heart. Just a great show.
Well, I tell you what's amazing too. A huge portion of our fan base are folks just like you, and it's guys that are guys, sports fans. They don't typically associate having a good time with going to the theater. Sometimes they're drugged there, and they have such an amazing time when they come.
McAnulty makes a catch for the out, and for people who don't know, this is the story of the Four Seasons.
Right. It's a story of the Four Seasons. I like to say it's a mix between VH1 Behind the Music, The Sopranos, and a rock concert. Guys, we have such an amazing time. You know, most people don't know the story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and it's just an American dream story, a rags to riches story. And the music is just, it's sensational. And all these years later, people are on their feet, they're laughing, they're crying. I've never seen an audience do this, and I've been doing this professionally for quite a bit now. So.
Nice first pitch, looked like a strike.
Thank you very much. I wasn't nervous at all.
Here's Darrell Ward, who has come up with a couple of big pinch hits on this homestand. He bats for Derek Lee. So how many times have you been to Wrigley Field?
Several times. I was working in Chicago before I went on the road and did it in San Francisco and LA, so I am just thrilled to be back. You know, there's no place like Chicago. I was playing California for a year, and it's nice there, but there's nothing like the neighborhoods and the people of Chicago. And, you know, it's just not as much fun to root for the Giants, bless their hearts. It's nice to come back when the Cubs are doing well, and Chicago's been happy to have us, too. They've supported us really well, and we owe Chicago a debt of gratitude for that. We thank them very much for coming out to support the Jersey Boys as well.
I was going to ask where the best reception has been.
Oh, opening night in Chicago was electric. You know, the season sold a huge amount of records in Chicago. Chicago is an incredibly important market for them, and Bob Gaudio and Frankie Valli fought really hard to have a permanent sit-down production in Chicago because the people here were so near and dear to their hearts because they were instrumental in their success in the early 60s. You know, when the Big Three were released, Sherry, Big Girls Don't Cry, Walk Like a Man. So they were instrumental in getting us here, and Chicago has gone nuts for us. We really hope to see everybody out there.
Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons sold over 175 million records worldwide.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know, that's when you had to actually go to the record store and pick up the record. You couldn't just download it. So, you know, people had to be motivated to get that music into their homes and onto their record players, and that's saying something for that time period.
Well, were you familiar with Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons music before this production?
Well, I grew up with it as well because my folks were playing it all the time when I was a kid. So yeah, I knew most of the songs going into the show, and it's such an amazing feeling to play this music to 1,900 screaming fans. I'm telling you, 8 times a week. It's such a thrill.
Ward just walked. Ball one high on Ronnie Cedeno. This is his first at bat tonight. 12-3 Cubs were in the 7th. We're with Michael Ingersoll or Nick Massey from Jersey Boys. And a double play, 6-4-3. Jersey Boys will run at the LaSalle Bank Theater through 2008. Michael, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. It's been such a thrill. Appreciate it.
Not too close. What do you think? I got that insurance?
What insurance is that, Yogi?
Aflac. The one you really need to have. If you don't have it, that's why you need it.
Need what?
Aflac. Well, if you get hurt and miss work, it won't hurt to miss work. And they give you cash, which is just as good as money.
Aflac. Ask about it at work. Find quality products at Menards. Aluminum soffit and fascia is low maintenance, available in 14 colors, and never needs painting. Right now, all Cell-Even products are 10% off. Protect your roof from those nasty summer storms with Owens Corning. All 30-year duration and duration lifetime shingles are on sale. They feature Sure-Nail technology for easy installation. Duration is only $17.99 a bundle. Plus, you can get free local delivery with qualifying purchase.
Save big money at Menards.
I am the off-season, waiting for you to get knocked out of the playoffs. No more ice, no more skates, no more fans, just you and me. I am the Stanley Cup playoffs on Versus.
Hey fans, watch the Cubs take on the Pirates this Saturday at 12:05. And kids, you know what to do. Get to the ballpark early. The first 6,000 children 13 and younger will receive an exclusive Chicago Cubs plush bear from Build-A-Bear Workshop, compliments of Pepsi and Navy Pier.
More changes for the Cubs. Ward stays in and plays first base. Henry Blanco's now catching. And Scott Air, who made his season debut on Saturday, got the win versus Arizona. And he'll get an inning of work tonight.
Well, you know, Len, just another example. Now, granted, Henry Blanco has had limited playing time, to say the least, with the success of Giovanni Soto in the early going. But in his limited playing time, Hank White hitting .350 this year. Talk about getting contributions from everybody.
Paul McAnulty came in the last half inning to play right. 1 ball, no strikes on him. Thanks again to Michael Ingersoll from Jersey Boys. It's so funny that they were so excited to be here. You're thrilled to meet them.
Oh, I'll tell you, I'm not a big theater fan. I'll go on occasion, but I would definitely go to see that many more times. One of the best evenings I've spent in Chicago.
I haven't seen it, but I really want to go. Backhand. Oh, what a play by DeRosa. That ball was almost behind him. Got him. You can't teach that.
No.
McAnulty thought he was safe. Bud Black's coming out.
Well, you make a play like this, you have to call the guy out. That ball squirted back behind Mark DeRosa. He just sticks his glove out there blindly, makes the play, the strong throw to Darrell Ward. In the estimation of Tom Hallion, good enough for the out at first. What a play. That's not the last time you're going to see that one.
Bud Black arguing this call with his team down 9. He may just be generally frustrated.
Well, you see where Darrell Ward's left foot is on the back side of first base. It would have made it a little bit clearer in everybody's eyes if he'd have been on the home plate side of first base, stretching across to take that throw.
Well, the Menards big lumber stat. Gonzalez with 7 home runs on the road. Ryan Ludwig also with 7 away from home. Bob Howery cranking it up. Hit foul. Saw Adrian Gonzalez talking a little bit with his brother after Edgar in his first major league at bat got the hit. That's a pretty neat moment. You grow up, you think about, wouldn't it be great to be on the same major league team, and then you actually are.
Yeah, how many games of wiffle ball did these two play in the backyard? Here they are in the major leagues at Wrigley Field.
They're the 7th set of brothers, according to the Elias Sports Bureau, to play for the Padres, and the 4th to play together Brian and Marcus Giles last year. Sandy and Roberto Alomar. And Tony and Chris Gwynn, the other brother combos to play together with the Padres.
When you talk about brother combinations playing together in the major leagues, I always come back to the San Francisco Giants when they had the three Alou brothers, Jesus, Matty, and Felipe, all playing in the outfield at the same time.
Ward scoops it up. That's the second out.
Of course, then you have to follow that up with the other Alou brother that was sitting on the bench and didn't get in. Boog.
They told him to back off.
Yeah, back off, Boogaloo.
Germano's going to hit. I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite Four Seasons song? Do you have one in particular?
Oh, man, I tell you, they were all so good in that show. I don't really have one in particular. I just like that sound. You know, they had a very distinctive sound. I didn't know. Well, I don't want to ruin it. I'll wait till you go see the show. But there's a very famous actor who's been in a lot of movies over the past 5 or 10 years. Very famous actor that was kind of a gopher for the Four Seasons way back in the day.
I was going to say I could take my headset off for a second, but I like to listen to you. So swing and a miss, 1-1.
Oh, what the heck? I'll ruin it. Joe Pesci.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was kind of a neighborhood kid hanging around, and they kind of made him a semi-part of the group. He was a guy that would run errands for him and take care of certain businesses. Business.
1-2.
I think Michael's description was good, though. Part Sopranos, part rock concert, part theater. It's just very unique.
Good to have Scott Air back. Elbow was bothering him. Going to give up a hit to the opposing pitcher. In fact, it'll be a double. A 2-out, 2-base hit.
I was talking to Scott down in the clubhouse before the ball game about that left elbow, and it's the strangest thing. You know, he was having all kinds of problems with it. It just wasn't right. He wasn't able to get much life on his fastball, and one day he was sitting watching a ball game on TV, and like a lot of people will do, he reached back and stretched, and when he extended his left arm, the pain was gone. Not sure if it was a floating piece of debris that just moved out of the way in the elbow, but he said it feels great. He's throwing the ball much better.
Heineken call to the pen. Bob Howery coming in.
Hello? Dude, if I leave, I'm fired.
When the crave calls, answer with a tasty White Castle chicken sandwich, like our new Chicken Italiano with garlic cheese and marinara for a limited time.
Now more than ever, you want to get the most for your money. Look no further than the well-equipped 2008 Kia Spectra. Fuel efficient, 5-star safety rated, backed by an industry-leading warranty, and it's priced about $2,000 less than a Toyota Corolla XLE. Or to put it another way, a whole year's worth of gas less. The Kia Spring Sales Event. It's money well saved. Hurry in and get 0% APR or $2,000 cash back. Offer ends June 2nd.
Introducing AT&T Advanced TV. Get a wide selection of programming and more HD channels than cable.
Well,
Not yet.
is it time?
Not yet. There it is.
Find out how to get a DVR with free installation and $50 cash back on qualifying AT&T Advanced TV plans.
You think anybody saw us?
Right-hander Bob Howery is in. Runner at second, 2 outs. We're in the 8th, and the Cubs with a comfortable 9-run advantage. He faces Khalil Green, who is 1 for 3. If you are looking for the Sox Angels game, that game is on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. For Comcast HD subscribers, go to channel 174. On DirecTV, it's 668-1. The pitch, low and outside on a fastball.
You mentioned Khalil Green coming into play tonight against Carlos Zambrano was 0 for 13. He struck out his first 2 at bats to go 0 for 15 before getting an infield single in the 7th. Now he gets to face Bob Howery, against whom he's 0 for 6 last time.
No play for Darrell Ward. Well, Jersey boys tonight. Duran tomorrow. Simon LeBon and John Taylor.
No kidding.
Will handle the stretch. Members of the Chicago Fire on Wednesday. A couple of Bears linebackers coming up this weekend. Lance Briggs, Hunter Hillenmeyer, Felix P.A. camped underneath, and he has it. 2-out double by the pitcher Germano off air. Howery gets the 3rd out. Bottom 8, 12-3 Cubs.
Life is high school with money. What are the cool kids wearing? Where are the cool kids living? What are the cool kids driving? And if you were never really into all that, there's only one thing to do. Graduate.
Visit your local Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.
Padres had taken the lead. The Cubs would go on to score 6 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th. He would go 2 for 3 over those 2 innings. He's poised to pick up his 5th consecutive victory. 12-3 as we get into the bottom of the 8th. Fukudome with slicing fly ball. Garrett with a long run, but he's able to glide over and get it. All right, Kosuke tonight 0 for 2, but he had a very good night at the plate. It's because he walked 3 times, once with the bases loaded, and scored 2 runs. Strike 1 on Henry.
You bring up a good point, Len. Over the course of a long baseball season, you don't necessarily have to get a hit or 2 or 3 in a ball game to help your team win a game. And ideally, over the course of a long season, it all evens out. There will be a day when Kosuke maybe gets 2 or 3 or 4 hits after Derek Lee and Aramis Ramirez have drawn base on balls ahead of him.
It's a called 3rd to send Henry back to the bench. DeRosa, 2 outs.
Well, it's amazing how many times a hitter in the major leagues will draw a walk or 2 early in the ball game, and that will just set it up for later in the game. You see a lot of pitches, you see everything that guy has, and then maybe it doesn't really pay off until your 3rd at bat in the ball game when you come up with runners on base and you're facing a pitcher you've already drawn a base on balls against twice. You've seen everything he has to offer, and that 3rd time up, you get it.
DeRosa hustling. Edgar Gonzalez over to Adrian Gonzalez for the out. We'll go to the 9th inning. The Cubs trying to win their 4th straight to begin this homestand. It's 12-3.
Oakland with a big lead now late in the game. They can kind of take off and go to the point. Now, rookie,
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly to your favorite vacation destinations on Southwest Airlines for as little as $59 one way. Visit southwest.com today.
You are now free to move about the country.
Experience a Cubs game at historic Wrigley Field. Individual tickets are available for upcoming games. Get your tickets now by calling 1-800-THE-CUBS, visiting the Wrigley Field box office, or by logging on to Cubs.com. See you at beautiful Wrigley Field.
Arby's $5 Roundup. Choose from your Arby's favorites like 2 popcorn chicken shakers, or 3 beef and cheddars, or 4 regular roast beefs for only $5. It's a great deal that'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
Hurry in now for Toyota's banner sales event with great deals on a huge selection of Toyotas. Lower your fuel costs with the new 2009 Corolla. Lease one today for just $179 a month or get 0% APR. The 2009 Matrix also gets great gas mileage and comes with 0% APR or lease for $199 a month. Or if you're in the market for a fuel-efficient SUV, drive home a RAV4 today. The banner sales event ends soon, so hurry into your Toyota dealer today.
Get ready for an exciting Cubs finish. Brought to you by New Finish Car Polish and the #1 rated scratch remover, Scratch Doctor.
The Nissan drive of the game. Alfonso Soriano with his third go-ahead hit on the homestand. Could be a game winner. Should be a game winner. That was in the 5th.
4th home run of the season for Soriano, really starting to heat it up at the plate.
They're ready to sing Go Cubs Go. Scott Hairston leading off for the Padres. And slider in there for a strike. Cincinnati beat Florida 8-7. So the Marlins' 7-game winning streak is now over. Washington dumped the Mets 10-4 at Shea. Milwaukee leading St. Louis 8-2 in the top of the 9th. I think you said Isringhausen getting some action in that ball game.
A 6-run ball game. Isringhausen was in to get some work.
After an inning and a half, Houston and the Giants are scoreless. Pass to Rosa, got by Terrio, and a base hit for Hairston. White Sox with 3 in the 2nd. The Angels with 1 in the bottom of the 2nd. 3-1 White Sox. Not a hit. It'll be an error.
Yeah, not an easy play, but a play I'm sure that Dero would tell you he should make down there at third base. Ranged about 3 or 4 steps to his left. The ball just stayed down on that last bounce and got underneath his glove.
Minnesota beat Boston 7-3. Base hit for Bard. So an error and a single. How about Tampa Bay? The Devil Rays are now 6 games over 500. First time in their history they've been this far above 500. They beat the Yankees 7-1. Toronto did win that game that was scoreless going into the 10th, 3-0 at Cleveland. So the doubleheader today: Cleveland 3, Blue Jays nothing. Blue Jays 3, Indians nothing.
Cleveland with 8 hits in the doubleheader. 3-hit shutout in game 2 by the Blue Jays.
Seattle and Texas are 6-6 in the 7th. Ibanez with his 7th. Hamilton and Bradley have gone deep for Texas. Rangers have been playing better baseball as of late. 18-21 on the year. after a very slow start. Good block by Henry. 2-2. Bob Howery very deliberate on the mound. Cubs are in double play depth on the infield. Pulled foul past Glenn Hoffman. Another brother combination here with the Padres. Glenn, the third base coach. Brother Trevor, future Hall of Famer, all-time saves leader.
The Padres have had problems getting Trevor Hoffman into ball games. They just haven't had leads late. He's only pitched a couple times over the last week and a half.
Another 2-2 pitch. Gonzalez hangs in. The producer of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is Bob Albrecht. Our director, Dave Turner. Our associate producer, Tamara Anderson. Christine Charbonneau is our stage manager in the booth. Our technical director, Joe Vinci. Jim Corno Jr., our executive producer. There's the all-time saves leader, Trevor Hoffman. Great work by our entire Comcast Sportsnet crew. Struck him out.
A 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Bob Howery at the knees on the outside corner, finishes off Gonzalez. He's had a taste of a little bit of everything tonight. Got his first major league hit and RBI back in the 7th inning, and his first strikeout in the major leagues here in the 9th.
Garrett came in 2 for 17, but he has homered, walked twice, and grounded out. Inside 1-1. 39,528. Everybody bundled up. But it always feels a little warmer when your team is up 9.
Tough to eat pretzels with those mittens on. Get some of the fur in your mouth. You know, the fur sticks to the salt on the pretzels. Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah. Blanco slides toward the outside corner. Fouled back. Here's the Danley's upcoming Cubs schedule. Again, we'll have game 2 tomorrow night. We'll also have game 4. And the scheduled starter that day for the San Diego Padres, Greg Maddux. We might see Ryan Dempster Thursday. Officially, the Cubs are still in that TBD mode for their starting pitcher. Smacked in the left field. That's a base hit for Garrett, and the bases are loaded.
Nice piece of hitting by Jody Garrett. Just lets that ball get real deep into the strike zone. Slaps it through the left side for a base hit.
A couple of other notes. We certainly wish Ron Santos feeling better. Ron still home, feeling a little under the weather. Ron, we hope you're back tomorrow. We want to wish Melvin Gunn, works security here at Wrigley Field, a happy belated 60th birthday. I can't believe it. There's no way he's 60.
No.
But happy birthday, Melvin. There's a double play ball. Maybe they get one at second. Out at first. That does it. Cubs win. So they loaded him up. Win for the Cubs. Milwaukee beat St. Louis, so the Cubs are now a game up in first place.
They got the power, they got the speed to be the best in the National League. Well, this is the year and the Cubs are real. So come on down to Wrigley Field. We're singing out, go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Baseball time is here again. You can catch it all on WGN. So stamp your feet and clap your hands.
So the Cubs beat the Padres tonight 12-3. We were talking about grinding them out, and then the Cubs went, well, Len and Bob, we're just going to score 6 here in the 5th and then 5 more in the 6th. They did grind out some at-bats tonight, though, and that set everything up.
You're absolutely right, Len. I mean, a lot of big base hits in this game. A big home run by Alfonso Soriano, but every bit as important were those base on balls. Running up the pitch count on first Randy Wolf, then Henn, then Germano, and the Cubs really banged around this Padres pitching staff tonight.
Nice job tonight, partner, and that's going to wrap up our game coverage. The winner tonight, Carlos Zambrano, 6-1. Randy Wolf takes the loss. He's 2-3. Stay tuned. Lots to talk about on Postgame Live. The final score once again, the Cubs 12, the Padres 3. Our next Cubs telecast will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock here on Comcast Sportsnet. Game 2 of this 4-game set. Sean Estes and Jason Marquis. In-game scoring provided by ScorePad. Now for Bob and our entire crew, this is Len Casper. You've been watching Chicago Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet. Good night from Wrigley Field.
Luke Stuckmeyer in our downtown Chicago studios. Coming up next, it's Cubs Post-Game Live. Dan Plesac will join me to break down the game. Plus, we will bring you Lou Piniella and Carlos Zambrano's post-game press conferences. That's coming up next on Comcast Sportsnet.
If you're fed up with the pump, then meet Chevy's MVPs of MPG. Aveo, HHR, and Cobalt XFE, to name a few. Chevy, 7 models that offer an EPA estimated 30 miles per gallon highway or better. Choose 2.9% APR for 72 months or get $1,000 cash back on this 08 HHR LT, and current owners and lessees can get an additional $1,500 purchase cash. Log on now to ChevyDealer.com.
Hey baseball fans, how would you like to have the coolest house on the block? Come to Sweet Play for the largest selection of Brunswick pool tables, game tables, bars and bar stools, home theater seating, arcade games, air hockey, and outdoor living patio furniture to entertain friends and family. Bring home the fun at 4 convenient locations in Algonquin, Downers Grove, Deerfield, and Naperville. Visit sweetplay.com for store hours and directions.
I see skies of blue.
Some discover it through the wonder of others. Some experience it volunteering their time.
while others find it through the expectation of tomorrow. It's wellness. And at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, yours means the world to us. Because when it all comes together, we want to give you the confidence to experience wellness everywhere.
What a wonderful world.
I got a certain little girl, she's on my mind. No doubt about it, she looks so fine. She's the best girl that I ever had. Sometimes she's gonna make me feel so bad. Hush, hush, thought I heard her calling my name now. Hush, hush, I need the loving and I'm not to blame now.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines, you're now free to be more productive. Visit southwest.com today. The first ever Pontiac G8. Build your own at pontiac.com/G8. Menards. At Menards, you'll find big lumber yards, big selection, and big savings. And by GMC. Engineered to the highest standard. Professional grade.
An offensive explosion at Wrigley Field. The Cubs score 11 in 2 innings, and they beat up on the Padres 12-3. Their 4th straight come from behind win. Hello and welcome to Lowe's Cubs postgame live with former Cubs reliever Dan Plesac. I'm Luke Stuckmeyer. The Cubs now 4-0 on this homestand. 6 more games to go. Dan, what's really impressive is they keep coming from behind.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a team that has a very potent offense, and I know there's been a lot of detractors about Alfonso Soriano hitting in that leadoff spot. Is he going to take enough pitches? Is he going to hit behind runners? But what you saw to get the Cubs back on top was a big 2-run home run. Carlos Zambrano led an inning off with a double off the wall in center field. You know, probably the conventional thinking is hit the ball to the right side, get him over, bunt him anyway to get Carlos to third base. But he took matters in his own hands in one swing of the bat, gave the Cubs the lead, which they never relinquished. 3-2.
And that was the 5th inning. That was the big inning tonight for the Cubs. Let's take a look back. Big Z starting it off with that double. The Cubs would score 6 runs in this 5th inning. Zambrano slugging away off the wall, and he's in there with the double. Then Soriano comes up, and he takes a chunk out of that one, admires it a little bit at home plate. It just makes it out. Just past the basket into the first row. And there the Cubs have the 3-2 lead. Then Aramis Ramirez with 2 on. Base hit. In comes Terrio. Lee goes into third. He's safe. Cubs up 4-2. Then Giovanni Soto. What a job this kid has done, Dan.
He's been terrific. I tell you what was really good to see tonight. The Cubs had a chance to really break Randy Wolf in the first inning. He threw nearly 30 pitches in inning number 1. Kind of let him off the hook, and sometimes you let a good pitcher off of the hook early, as the Cubs did. You're kind of wondering, is he going to settle down? And he did, innings 2 through 4. But in that 5th inning, the Soriano home run, and then the floodgates open, and then you could see this is a very good offensive team, Luke. And when they get rolling and firing on all cylinders, they have a lot of guys that can drive in runs. They have guys that can hit for power. They have enough speed to create some runs. When this team is swinging the bats really well, like they were tonight, they're an awfully tough team to slow down.
7-2 lead at that point. It's not impossible for the Padres to come back, but then the Cubs come right back in the 6th inning with 5 runs. They pile it on, and this offense has been delivering, seems like time after time after time. DeRosa with the throw there that gets away. The Cubs had the bases loaded. Here comes Ramirez trotting home. Fukudome comes trotting home. And you see DeRosa just kind of, he gets a single on that. Great hustle at third, and that forces the bad throw.
Well, the key to that play, Luke, is you have a 3-ball, 2-strike count, and the runners are going with the pitch. So that gave Aramis Ramirez kind of a leading running start from second base to be able to get to third base to beat that force play and force a bang-bang play, which he was able to slide in safe and interfered a little bit with Kuzmanov's throw.
Here's Lou Piniella live at Wrigley.
Have you figured out this Wrigley Field stuff yet? You've played so well here.
You know, we've been swinging the bats very well at home, putting runs on the board. And when you do that, it makes it much easier on your pitching. But Zambrano gave us 7 good innings today. We put together 2 big innings. I don't remember which ones they were, but the middle part of the ball game. It's a good win. Well, we won 4 in a row here at home.
What about Zambrano? Was there something wrong with his leg at some point there? You guys had to come out?
No, you know, he has this scab in his arm. And he was hitting it. He was hitting it with his throwing arm. So we had to put a sleeve on him. He had a Band-Aid earlier in the game, but it was bothering the hitters, so he had to take it off. That was the problem. We put the long sleeves on him, and that was it.
Looked like Soriano's in one of his old-fashioned hot spots.
Well, he's starting to swing the bat. You know, he had 4 hits the other day, on Saturday, I think it was. And today, hit that 2-run homer to put us ahead right after they had scored. Hit a double down the left field line. He's starting to swing the bat. It's good to see.
Shows too when you get a lot of base runners on, whether it's walks or hits, that.
Well, base runners will score. I mean, that's been the old adage: get them on and get them in. And you know, when we do like tonight, our offense really looks potent and good. And tonight we were able to hit with men in scoring position. We were patient, took a few walks, put some runs on the board.
There's been a trend around Major League Baseball, happened to the Cubs last time too. You score a ton of runs, and then sometimes you get in a little bit of a slump for a few days. What do you do as a team, or a team in general, to try to avoid something like that?
I don't know. Nothing you can do. I mean, it happens. I don't have an answer for it. I really don't. But anyway, it was a good win, and tomorrow we need a good game from Marquee.
Lou Pinella's Cubs putting 12 on the board. The Cubs letting the good times roll in the 5th and 6th for our Kawasaki stat tonight. They score 11 runs in those 2 innings on 10 hits. They sent 10 batters to the plate in each inning. 3 Padres pitchers combined to throw 62 pitches. Let's check out our pitching recap tonight. Carlos Zambrano against Randy Wolf. Big Z had a night. Of course, Randy Wolf had a tough night. 7 earned runs in 4 innings. Big Z, 7 innings, 3 earned runs. And Dan, despite the scab on his throwing arm that he got from sliding back into first base against the Reds, he was solid tonight.
And look, he's been solid all season long, and it looks like Carlos Zambrano has made the adjustment to becoming a complete pitcher. He's done a terrific job this season of keeping his emotions in check, and he's letting his arm doing the talking. He's been terrific.
And here's Big Z live at Wrigley.
Yeah. Still sorry for that, and from the slide in what it was in Cincinnati. Yeah, but you know, everything was good today. Thank God.
You pitched and hit your team back into first place. Is it you excited about that, or is it still too early to worry about that stuff?
Well, it's still too early, but you know, and the other way, you know, we are excited to be in the first place right now, and you know, to see our team the way we're playing right now, and you know, hopefully we can keep going and keep playing like this, and you know, there's I think for me there is one thing that we have to you know, worry about it is we need to start playing much better in the road.
41 degrees. How much longer does it take to get loose on a night like tonight when it's that cold out there?
It's okay for me. I'm from Alaska. No, it's tough, man. You know, especially, you know, for me, South American. I'm from South America, and In Venezuela, you know, it's not this cold, not even close, you know, and we have to do the adjustment, you know, as a starting pitcher, you have to go there and don't worry about the cold factor. Just trying to hit your spot and try to do the best you can to keep the inning quick. You know, the most your teammate, you hitters can come in and take a bat and you know produce some runs for you, and it's good. You know, and like I say, you know, it doesn't affect me when the inning go, you know, quick. But sometimes you have to make adjustment, like I said.
Are you aware you only threw 96 pitches? You're really kind of setting some good standards for yourselves this year.
No, I changed this year. Now I'm going under 100. Yeah. We have good bullpens.
Getting 2 hits in the inning, or you got the 2 at-bats in the inning, or are you happy with the pitching?
Yeah, it's good to have a, you know, 1 hit and right-hander and left-hander. Anything that I can do for my team, you know, I would do it and play with my heart and play good baseball and anything, like I said, anything that I can do for my team, running, pinch hitter, pitch, play outfield.
The offense seems to have a different approach this year. Do you think a lot of it has to do with Fukudomi and people seeing how patient he is with his at-bats?
No.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, Fuku, he's been outstanding for us so far this year, and you know, he's playing good baseball, and you know, it was still too early to say, but you know, it was a good acquisition for the Cubs, and you know, the guy know how to play baseball, you know, and he came to the United States ready to play. And one thing that I see in Fukudomi is that so far he can handle it, you know, with all the media and all the fans, and it's tough, you know, to live in Chicago, especially with this team. You know, I think I play for not only for the Cubs or the Yankees, for Boston, Mets, all those teams, you know, have a lot of fans, and they expecting a lot of good things from you, you know. And you know, so far he's been doing a good job for, you know, taking care of his condition and everything that you have to do on the field.
Big Z having a good time joking around out at Wrigley Field after his 5th straight win. And Dan, how about the job this guy does at the plate? His batting average is up to .296 this year.
Luke, you know, you wonder, you sit and you watch and you wonder how he does it, because he gets to play once every 5 days, and yet he goes out tonight and gets a hit right-handed. And here you see a base hit up the middle, a hit left-handed, and he takes his hitting very, very seriously. And he is a threat. He is one of the few pitchers in the National League that when he walks into that batter's box, he steps in to do some damage, and he may swing and miss, but he's going to swing hard. And if he hits it, he usually hits it hard when he makes contact.
2 more hits tonight. Just a reminder, after Cubs post-game live tonight, we will join the White Sox and Angels game in progress. First, though, as we go to break, let's check out your Pontiac opinion poll for tonight. Who should be the Cubs' 5th starter? John Lieber, Sean Gallagher, Sean Marshall, or Rich Hill? Log on to ComcastSportsNet.com, click the link to Chicago, then go to the Cubs page to cast your vote. We'll have results coming up later on Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live.
Welcome to Lowe's. How can I help you today?
Just a sec. Okay.
We need lots of flowers. Well, let's get started.
Welcome back spring at Lowe's with our huge selection of your area's plants and flowers, all with our 1-year plant guarantee. Lowe's, let's build something together.
Today, we're observing the Geico gecko, an extraordinary creature with a most curious adaptation. The ability to save people hundreds of dollars on their car insurance. Let's watch.
That's odd. Whoa!
Fascinating.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Arroyo, the Reds, 1-0 with an ERA of 1.13. Who's not in the National League? Bill Hall, the Brewers, 1 for 21. Former Cub Juan Pierre, 3 for his last 21 at the plate for the Dodgers. And Brad Penny, the Dodgers, an ERA of 19.29. And tonight, our sweet play of the game goes to Mark DeRosa at third base. Paul McAnulty grounds to third. DeRosa somehow comes up with it and makes the strong throw to first. Makes this snag behind his back. He may have been safe at first, but on a play like that, you got to call him out. DeRosa gets our sweet play of the game. Boy, that guy plays a lot of positions, Dan.
He is the jack of all trades. Could play the outfield positions, right field, can play third base, second base. He's played some left field, played some first base in a pinch. A very valuable player to have, particularly on a National League team.
One of many Cubs to come through tonight. We'll take one final timeout. Coming up, we'll look ahead to Game 2 of this series tomorrow, when a former Cub starts for the Padres for the first time in over 2 years.
And now it's time for the Stay in the Game Hold Statistics of the Day, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color.
And want to know why the Cardinals are right there with the Cubs in the Central standings? The game behind. Brian Franklin and Kyle McClellan are two big reasons. Those two relievers lead the majors in holds with 12 apiece. Carlos Marmol, Scott Linebrink tied with 5 others at 9.
Just as these middle relievers keep their team in the game, you too can stay in the game with Just for Men Hair Color.
Hello, may I help you?
Yes, Clyde and Keith to see Emmett Smith. Emmett, your gray facial hair has put you in a rocking chair.
Your beard is weird.
Your stash is trash. Oh, it's bad.
Just for Men Gel penetrates tough gray and puts it away in 5 easy minutes. His edge is back.
He's right on track.
Backfield in motion.
He moves and grooves.
He scores.
Just for Men Gel.
Keep your edge.
Prepare yourself for an event so big we couldn't fit it inside. Nissan's tent event. Get the best deals now on stylish sedans, powerful trucks, and durable SUVs. Get $1,500 Nissan cash back on Sentra and $199 a month for the 5-star safety-rated Altima. Your new Nissan will last and last, but event savings won't. Tents come down June 2nd.
Never before has the gecko been captured on film talking about RV insurance.
So, you guys travel a lot. You should check out Geico and get a free rate quote on RV insurance.
This is truly history in the making.
You can also get a rate quote on motorcycle insurance, ATV insurance, personal watercraft insurance.
Sounds good.
Excuse me, I'm up here.
Geico, saving you money on insurance for your car and the other stuff that moves you.
Welcome to Lowe's. How can I help you today?
Just a sec.
Okay,
We need lots of flowers. Well, let's get started.
welcome back spring at Lowe's with our huge selection of your area's plants and flowers, all with our 1-year plant guarantee. Lowe's, let's build something together.
You might think it's hard for the cops to see you at night, but if you don't buckle up, we will find you. Cops are cracking down like never before, so buckle up day and night. Click it or ticket.
Welcome back. Earlier in the show, we asked our Pontiac opinion poll, who should be the Cubs' 5th starter right now? You said online, Sean Gallagher, who looks like he may get the next start for the Cubs in that 5th spot. Rich Hill, 27% right now down in the minors. Could be coming up. Sean Marshall also in the minors, stretching out his arm. John Lieber just 17% at this point.
That's who I voted for, John Lieber, and I'd go back. If I would be able to go back in the room, I'd hit it. Resend.
Why is Lieber
I just
your
think
choice?
he's better suited to be a starting pitcher, Luke. I know he's pitched well out of the bullpen in some longer relief, but I just think he's better suited to be a starter. I was hoping he'd get a chance, but Lou Piniella knows his roster a heck of a lot better than you or I do.
Well,
but I'm voting for John Lieber.
Than you do. Let's check out the pitching matchups for tomorrow's game. Former Cub Sean Estes will make his first start since April 5th, 2006. He had Tommy John surgery in June of 06. Made a relief appearance against the Braves last Thursday. He's going for career win number 100. Unbelievable to come back from Tommy John. More and more pitchers are doing it.
I mean, you really have to take your hat off to come back. He's had a long comeback, but I hope he gets career win number 100 in his next start, not this one tomorrow. I think the key tomorrow is Jason Marquis. Throwing strikes, being consistent. His biggest problem is he is his own worst enemy. If he throws the ball in the strike zone, he has a very good fastball, a good breaking pitch. He has enough stuff to be a very good pitcher, and he just at times can't stop the big inning. He can't stop the bleeding. He needs to throw strikes and establish that he can throw the ball in the strike zone early on, and you'll know if he's on real early. He should be getting a lot of ground balls in the middle part of the diamond. When he's throwing well, a good sinking fastball should induce a lot of ground balls. Needs to throw strikes and work quick.
Marquis, 5 walks in his last start, something you were just talking about. When he is successful, though, he has won some big games for the Cubs, and he has done a pretty good job.
There's no question. The Cubs would not have won the division and been in the postseason without Jason Marquis. Now, he wasn't the best pitcher on the Cub roster the last 6 weeks of the season, but he pitched some very, very big games in August and September to help the Cubs get to that division-winning team that they had last year. But he needs to be better, and he's got good enough stuff. He needs to throw strikes and trust his stuff.
Sean Estes, what makes him a good pitcher?
Well, being left-handed certainly helps, but when Sean Estes is throwing the ball really well, he'll throw in the 89 to 92 mile an hour range, has a good 12 to 6 curveball. If he's throwing strikes, he could be awfully tough.
12 runs, 13 hits for the Cubs, and their 4th straight come-from-behind win. For Dan Plesac and the crew, I'm Luke Stuckmeyer. Thanks for watching Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live. Cubs win again. Coming up after the break, we will join the White Sox and Angels in progress from Anaheim.
Feldco is having a siding spectacular. Save energy and beautify your home. Packages start at just $159 per month.
How beautiful is that? Offer ends May 31st.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Feldco's annual door sale opens up beautiful new possibilities. But hurry, offer ends May 31st.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Lost in a daydream of blue and I feel so free. And then it's like I fall from the sky. Everything that I see is you. Oh, I adore you.
Introducing the Volvo XC90 Special Edition. Fully loaded for under $40,000 with almost $8,000 in luxury options while supplies last.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by American Chartered Bank. American Chartered, the bank for your business. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Here at this modern-day watering hole, this urban Serengeti, it's man meets reptile.
So, Lucy, what are you doing?
Just a little online shopping.
You should check out Geico.com, get a free rate quote. If you like what you see, you can buy it online, over the phone, or at your local Geico office.
Cool.
Remarkable. Oh, no. Help! Did you hear something?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome to Lowe's. How can I help you today?
Just a sec.
We need Lots of flowers. Well, let's get started.
Welcome back spring at Lowe's with our huge selection of your area's plants and flowers, all with our 1-year plant guarantee. Lowe's, let's build something together.
Cubs Post Game Live is presented to you by Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Feldco windows are custom made, energy efficient, and professionally installed to beautify your home. One call takes care of it all.
Top quality, factory direct price, beautiful.
Call 866 for Feldco.
We have a beautiful day for baseball here at USA Cellular Field as the Sox take on the Tigers. Sox were 12-6 last year against Detroit.
They do play them well.
And we've got some fans welcoming Orlando Cabrera to the team.
You gotta love this guy's attitude.
Boy, is he a gamer. And the Sox take the field, so sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
With free incoming calls, you never use minutes on calls you get.
Oh, that's good, because I get a lot of calls.
Good.
Pretty popular.
Well, this is the perfect plan for keeping in touch with friends and family.
Someone's gonna call like right now. You watch. Hello? Good thing I had it on vibrate.
Free incoming call plans. It's why US Cellular is wireless where you matter most.
Tuesday on Chicago Tribune Live, we'll have the latest from Wrigley as the Cubs take on the Padres. Plus, we'll preview the Sox-Angels late night start and find out why Mike Ditka's in the news again. All that and more Tuesday at 5:30.
All right, thank you, Chuck.